Okey, kita start tau. Sekejap.
Saya nak tahu dah start.
Saya akan cakap. Tengah copy baru ni.
Oh, nanti ada video tu main kat sini ke? Tak ada?
Nanti saya send link terus dekat kita punya live dekat group.
Kena tekan situ juga ke?
Okey, kita akan live. 1, 2, 3.
Progress of the world. It is his engineering that makes a reality of the potential value of science by translating scientific knowledge into tools, resources, energy, and labor to bring them into the service of man. To make contributions of this kind, the engineer requires the imagination to visualize the needs of society and to appreciate what is possible, as well as the technological and broad social age understanding to bring his vision to reality. and gentlemen, welcome to the School of Materials and Mineral Resources Engineering, University Science Malaysia.
Earth, home sweet home. Have you ever wondered how vast the treasure that exists within the earth? It is beyond amazing on how much the earth keeps this treasure deep within itself. Tin, copper, and even gold are actually all originate from our sweet big home. Well, those are what we call as minerals. Speak about gold and stuff. Exactly, who are the ones that discovered the magnificent treasure of the earth? Now, that is the job for mineral resource engineers. Let's find out more about mineral resource engineering. I am Nur Evelina and I'm your virtual student assistant. Alright, mineral resource engineering focuses on areas of extraction and processing of the earth's mineral resource through the aspect of technical, environmental, and economic. Mineral resource engineering also prepares the engineer for a career in advanced mine design and planning, ground control, processing techniques, and drilling engineering. These are the fundamentals to extract the Earth's precious discovery. Wow! So, how to become a successful mineral resource engineer? Whoa, this one looks interesting. Let's click this one.
University Science Malaysia is the only university in Malaysia that offers this amazing course. Be proud because USM is one of the leading universities with excellence in mind. USM stands among the great men in Asia with the ranking of 34th and 142nd in the world according to the QS ranking in 2021. School of Materials and Mineral Resource Engineering are located in a very strategic and conducive location in Penang. It is near the famous tri-border of three states, which is Nibong Tebal, Penang, Parit Bota, Perak, and Bandar Baharu, Kedah. Your study will take around 8 semesters, which is almost 4 years. For first year, you will learn about the foundational concepts such as physics, maths, coding, and drawing. In second year, you will learn about the introduction of mining, mineral processing, and mineralogy. In your third year, you will learn physical and chemical mineral processing, modeling and simulation, and also mineral economics. And in your final year study, you will learn on mining engineering peripheries, mine plan and design, and also internship. And the best about mineral resource engineering in USM is that you will get the opportunity to have industrial visits in every semester.
So, what are you waiting for? Join us now and discover endless potential by being a successful mineral resource engineer. Hashtag MyResUSM. See you there. Thank you for watching.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat sejahtera. Salam satu Malaysia, salam sayang USM, salam sumber menira di hatiku. Kepada semua yang sudi menyertai program kita pada petang ini yang bernama Knowledge sharing session bersama kita punya industrial expert. Okey, sebelum kita memulakan majlis, saya dengan serendah-rendah hatinya meminta para penonton agar berkongsi pautan live agar lebih ramai yang bersama kita pada sesi petang ini. Yang saya hormati barisan pensyarah, speaker-speaker jemputan dan hadiri sekalian. Untuk pengetahuan semua, dalam sesi ini terdapat 3 panel jemputan yang akan berkongsi pengalaman berdasarkan topik yang mereka pilih. Sesi soal jawab akan diadakan pada akhir setiap perkongsian speaker. Oleh itu, tanpa melengahkan masa, marilah kita mulakan majlis kita pada petang ini dengan speaker pertama yang bernama Puan Siti Mariam binti Jelani. Beliau merupakan alumni program kejuruteraan sumber mineral USM pada tahun 2007 hingga 2011. Sekarang beliau bekerja di Sarawak Energy Berhad sebagai Project Management Executive. Topik yang bakal dibawa oleh beliau adalah Transition from Indonesia Coal Mining to Malaysian Coal Mining. Dipersilakan Puan Siti Mariam.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Boleh Puan?
Okay, let me bring my slide up. Okay. Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. Is it okay if I'll do this presentation in English? Maybe because I'm more comfortable with it lah. So, Assalamualaikum kepada hadirin semua, to my lecturers, to all my seniors, to everyone who have attended this session. I hope you guys are all staying safe at home. And those who are working also keep safe, making sure that everything goes well for us. Okay, so my name is Siti Mariam binti Jelani, and today I'll be sharing a topic on transition from Indonesian coal mining to Malaysian coal mining. So why I chose this this topic is because that before I joined Sarawak Energy, I was actually based in Indonesia, Kalimantan, and I have been in the coal industry ever since I left USM lah. So I'll start my slide. All right, introduction. I'm actually from the alumni from 2007 until 2011. However, I actually extended 1 year from my studies, and that is why I graduated in 2012 along with the 2008 batch lah. Okay, so after I left USM, I was recruited with PT Bayan Resources, which is actually a Singaporean-based company. But their coal mine is located in Kalimantan, Indonesia. Sebenarnya kira macam jiran lah from Sarawak. So when I joined PT Bayan Resources, my first position was as a mine plane superintendent at PT Ferman Ketahuan Perkasa. So PT Ferman Ketahuan Perkasa is actually one of the 12 mine site, 12 ya, daripada PT Bayan Resources. So I joined first at PT Ferman Ketahuan Perkasa, and then after 2 years, there was an opportunity for me to be upgraded and to learn more knowledge at another PT Bayan Resources punya project, which is PT Indonesia Pratama, is also in Kalimantan, Indonesia. So initially when I joined, I was a usual mine engineer. I was outside in work. So after this, you're going to see memang semua gambar lah, because I have, I don't want to bore you guys. It's Friday. So I'm just going to give like how my life as a mine engineer, a female mine engineer in Indonesia, and how I transit from Indonesia to Malaysia. So from a mining engineer, they noticed that I can talk I can talk really well. I was very good with contract management. I was also very good with my negotiation skill. So from there, I was offered the research and development advisor. And before I left P2 Indonesia Pratama, my last position was actually the quality control manager. So I was in charge of the barging, the coal handling plant. But that only lasted 6 months lah. Before after that, I decided to leave. So why I decided to leave Indonesia, you will see after this. Don't worry, it'll be a very cute slide. So when I left Indonesia, I joined Sarawak Energy Berhad at one of its JV project, which is Balingan Energy Minerals and Jam Berhad. I kind of had to downgrade lah because I wanted to come back to Malaysia. And I think what got the company wanting to hire me was because of this statement. I want to come back to Malaysia to give the knowledge that I have obtained to the Malaysian engineers. So that I think that's why lah. So it's actually if you join the session in the first one from Puan Fiona, she is actually my kira my office mate lah. Nak katakan office boleh lah. Kita kata Sarawak Energy is a big office lah. So she is based in Global Minerals, which is actually a sister company also. So she's based in Kapit. When I joined SCB, I was based in Mukah. So Sarawak Energy actually has two coal mining. So like she said just now, Sarawak Energy is like TNB lah. So we have the hydro, we've got the power plant, and then we've got our we've got our diesel plant also lah. So we are an energy provider lah. Kita macam TNB. So now, actually just this year, I was offered the position. It's actually the same thing happened to me lah, in Indonesia, where they noticed that I do have that negotiation skills. I do have that contract management skills, and they noticed that I do well in negotiating. So here, what they call the position is the project management executive. So actually, because Sarawak Energy is a big company, they do have a purposely one department focusing on projects. So meaning this project is any project Sarawak Energy wants to build. Tak kisahlah power plant ke, transmission line ke, a hydro dam. So they have that one department. Tapi because Sarawak Energy Resources where we focus mainly on mining, so we don't have anyone managing the project like macam we do need like macam someone to manage the coal handling plant punya ni, and then we want to extend our office macam Puan Fiona punya site where if I think thankfully she did not share the place where she had to stay last time lah. So now they have a nicer room to stay in. So it's more how to say livable lah, a bit more comfortable for them. So those kind of project require someone from a project punya background. So that's where I come in lah. Okay, so this is about the same how much my life looked like a bit. So you can see that we were doing the promotion for the Sarawak Energy, and the picture on the says on my right. So that one was actually we had an off-road training. So because of that experience that I had in Indonesia, which is actually very common. So when I joined the training for this one, semua macam alah perempuan mesti susah, mesti start kereta je. Tapi I was the only one yang lepas all the tracks tanpa ada masalah. Not exactly one lah. I mean, I was one of the people. But I was the only female staff, female engineer yang joined this training lah. So because I will be driving the company car, so it was compulsory for me to have this training. So that's it. Okay. Now I'm just gonna, I think I'm just going to show a bit lah on what my USM life was a bit like. I think you've seen all the pictures of all those classes, all those apa nama, you punya industrial training, you punya site visit where you go see all this mine site. So I'm not going to bore you with that because you've seen so many pictures of that. So I'm just going to show you what my life was like. So as you can see, last time in the engineering campus, actually I was one of the dancers lah. And even though I was an engineer, I still had that passion for arts, dancing. So I think now they do have that dancing group, and I'm proud to say I was one of those to help set you guys up. And however, because I wanted to make sure that what I learned kind of macam masuk dalam bidang my life. So that's why I became a mine engineer. Okay, so some of the preparation. So preparation, why I'm saying preparation is because like macam when you're working from Malaysia and then you want to go overseas, Indonesia, yes, it's literally our next door neighbor, but there's a lot of preparation. So this is not just if you want to join an Indonesian mine company. Tak kisahlah you want to guys join Australian, South Africa, semua banyak negara kat dunia ni yang ada mining, even Canada. So this is probably some things that you need to prepare yourself mentally and physically. So one is of course the work mine permit. So ni normally you have to normally engage lah dengan you punya company. When is my permit? Make sure your permit is in place. Make sure your passport is in place. So all those things, make sure you have it in place. And then there's the potential for you to be the only female engineer at site. I think most of the sharing from the female engineers is about the same. Even this morning, Kak Yani pun cakap yang sama, Kak Fiona pun cakap yang sama. So all those people have the same experience. When you are a female, and macam diorang cakap, you cannot be a male. So there's a potential for you to be the only female engineer. And after this pun, probably you'll hear the same thing. Okay, the difference when you want to work outside of Malaysia. So there'll be a different mindset in terms of the culture and work. Work life, you punya akan lain. You punya culture akan lain. You will have to adapt to their culture. The culture will not adapt to you. So you have to go in with an open mind. And then you'll be staying in a different country away from your family and close friends. With this pandemic, you can see lah. I mean, even for me, I'm in Sarawak. My family is in KL. I can't go there. I haven't seen my family in 2 years. But it's a kira masih dalam Malaysia is still safe lah. But if you were in Indonesia, boleh nangis kot. So the other
Kak
thing
Mary,
is,
Kak Mary.
ya,
Kak Mary dengar tau. Sekejap,
dengar?
sekejap. Ada problem dekat FB Live. Sekejap
Okay,
Kena setting lagi.
alright, no
Sekejap, sekejap.
problem.
Kena start daripada awal Kak Mary.
Huh? Serious?
Tak apa, tak apa, tak apa. Oh, tak apa. Sekejap. Saya
I
ni lah.
restart my slide ke?
Kak Mary stop sharing sekejap.
Sekejap start now. I'll stop sharing. Aku kelakar seorang. Gitu.
Sekejap, Kak Mary. Sekali lagi.
Sekali lagi, I start sharing ke Hazwani?
Kak Mary boleh tukar background punya belakang tak? Change yang mana-mana. Sebabnya FB content dia macam kita orang guna ni, background tu macam ambil daripada orang. Jadi dia tak allow.
Okay, so I
Oh,
change my virtual background
change apa-apa.
I change
Change
blur je
yang
lah, boleh
ni.
Blur lah Okay. Okay.
Sekejap dia tak allow ni. Kena connect sekali lagi.
Sekejap. Okay, akak dah pakai. Sekejap, aku bagi awal balik presentation aku set no.
Nanti Kak Mary masuk je lah kan. Tak yang moderator. Kak Mary masuk and then
Sorry, tiba-tiba ada orang. Okay.
Kak
Tak
Mary
perlu moderator?
beritahu je. Sorry.
Oh, okay, boleh. Kenapa?
Okay. Sorry tadi ada technical problem macam tu.
Okay,
Okay.
yelah, tahu.
Okay.
Tell me when to go
Sorry
lah.
Kak Mary.
It's okay. It's okay. I will tell me when to go. Sekejap, baby no I start.
Sekejap Kak Mary boleh continue.
Alright.
Share content. Okay, dah start live ah.
Okay. All right. Sorry, just now we had some technical errors. So I'm gonna just start again my presentation. I hope I do not bore you guys lah. Okay. So I'll skip this opening slide. Okay, I'll go to the next slide. Okay. Okay, it feels a bit awkward, but you know what? We're gonna do it. That's the life of working in this, how to say, this new endemic. Is no longer a pandemic, it's an endemic. So, okay, introduction about myself. My name is Siti Mariam binti Jelani. Okay, so I was the alumni from Mineral Resources USM from 2007, but I actually graduated 2012 because I had to extend 1 year. um that will be to a personal, but then even so I graduated with the 2008. As you can see below, I still managed to land myself a job. So if you have any inquiries on that, you can just ask me after this lah. Okay, so after I graduate 2012, while all my friends already graduated last year, however, I got to join PT Bayan Resources in 2012 after I graduated, based in Kalimantan, Indonesia, which is actually just a neighbor from Sarawak. So PT Bayan Resources is actually a Singaporean company, but now I think recently they have turned into an Indonesian company lah, but it's a fully private company. So it's not an Indonesian government company. So when I joined PT Bayan Resources, my first position was as a mine plan superintendent at PT Firman Ketaun Perkasa, which is actually one of the 12 Bayan Resources mine site. So you imagine that company has 12 coal mine site based in Kalimantan. So I spent 2 years here as the mine plan superintendent. But then I got the opportunity. The company actually saw an opportunity for me to sort of like change my change my route. So instead of was a mine engineer, I became a research and development advisor. So what this job was actually, it was more of contract management, negotiating, and so I assisted a lot of department lah, from in term of safety, in term of the mine planners, the geologists, and the barging team. So the marketing lah. So as the time goes by, there was a reason where I had decided to leave Indonesia and come back to Malaysia. So my last position in Indonesia was actually the coal control manager, which only lasted me about 6 months. But there'll be a reason for it. Watch it later. Don't worry, it'll be really cute. So that's when I decided to come back to Malaysia. And I'll repeat this again. Why? I think why the company decided to hire me. Actually, I went into the interview with Sarawak Energy Berhad 7 months pregnant with the tummy. I was walking. So, but then of course, because I came back to Malaysia and then I kind of had to downgrade it lah from a manager. I had to become a mine engineer, but that's okay. What I told the company was that I want to come back to Malaysia because I want to share the knowledge that I've obtained 5 years in Indonesia with the Malaysian engineers. So I think that's why they got me lah. So I spent after that I spent about like 3 years at the JV project Balingan Energy Mineral, which is actually one of the two mines of Sarawak Energy Berhad. So if you join the session in the morning, it was actually Puan Fiona. So Puan Fiona is actually from Global Energy Mineral, which is actually like a sister company to us lah. So she's my some sort like an office mate, we can say. So she's based in Kapit, while last time I was based in Muka. So we were also both in the coal mining. We do meet. You'll see after this lah. So after 3 years, with my experience, and then because the Balingan Energy Mineral was a green field, so they haven't started mining, which is different what from Puan Fiona. She actually went in as the site was already established. But for my side, I came in with a fresh green area. So we did not start mining at all. You will see from my pictures after this because it's Friday. I don't want to bore you guys. So now I'm actually a project management executive at Sarawak Energy Berhad. So I'm currently based in HQ office in Kuching. So what my job now does is actually it mirrors what I did last time lah. The last position I had in Indonesia, which was contract management, project management, and also negotiating. So you can see here that the time goes by, and if you have that certain set of skills, when the management sees that you can change your, how to say, you can change your bidang lah. So don't worry about it. If you like to stay at site, hey, why not? You'll see that there's so many female engineers, and most of them will be your seniors lah. Okay. So this is what currently what my life kind of looks like a little bit. So we do have all this marketing where we share our Sarawak energy with other people. Our department, Sarawak Energy Resources, which solely focus on resources, meaning mining. So like Puan Fiona said just now, Sarawak Energy is something like TNB in Semenanjung area lah. So we provide energy to Sarawak. So we do have that hydro dam, we do have power plant, and we have our diesel, semua all that lah. Okay, and then the picture on the right, that actually is when I attended the off-road training because I need to drive the company car. So it was compulsory for the staff to get trained for defensive training and also off-road training. So defensive training, you'll see all the staff, whoever handles the car. For off-road training is for staff who have to go on the rough terrain, meaning when you have to turn your car for off-road. For me, it was no an issue because I've done that for 5 years. That's what I did. So when I came into the training, they were a bit skeptical, thinking that I'll get the car stuck. They might have to pull me out. But thankfully, I was one of the students that actually passed with flying colors. My car did not get stuck. But of course, that comes with skill. I had to be driving way worse terrains than that for 5 years lah. So of course, you will get those people saying, "Eh, you engineer eh? Oh, you've been doing that in Indonesia. How did you do that?" So those are the kind of things that you will go through in life. And then I think even in the morning session, all those females engineers, you will get that. And it's kind of fun when you tell them, "Of course I can do it." Okay, so uh now, I'm not going to show you what my life in USM with all those classes pictures. You've seen them. Um, Site visits, you get to see them anyway. So I'm going to show you something that I don't think you're going to see in the mineral resources punya pages lah. So what I used to be when I was an engineer, when I was a USM student, I was actually one of the dancers. So I had that passion for arts, but at the same time, I still wanted to maintain that engineering part of me, meaning the knowledge that I obtained 4+1 extend years, which I need to make sure I graduated. So that's why I decided, you know what, let's go into engineering. And thankfully, even though I had to extend that 1 year, I still landed myself a job. Though it was in outside, and I'll tell myself that it's very thankful lah. So now I'm going to tell you what my life as an Indonesian coal mine engineer looked like. Of course, it's not going to be the same like other people because I'm not exactly in Malaysia. But you'll see that after this session, after this part, you will see how my life transition. So the preparation part. Okay. So for the preparation is you yourself need to make sure you have your work mine permit. Of course, your company is supposed to be responsible for it, but you yourself need to make sure that your permit is in order. Your passport, everything is in order. Because you cannot really depend on your HR, your management, because you are an expatriate. You are someone from outside. Senang cakap, you are disposable. So you yourself need to make sure your permit is in order. And then you have to be mentally prepared. You will probably be the only female engineer at site. So that one, I think all the even the previous presenter also said. So it's common. You will be the only female engineer at site lah. And then when you go outside, tak kisahlah Indonesia, Canada, South Africa, where all you have all this mining punya area where you can work. You can work outside. You're not stuck in this Malaysia bubble. The world has so many mine sites. So you have to be prepared. They will have a different set of um, mindset in terms of the culture and the work. So your culture, the culture there will be different. It will not suit to your culture. Bear that in mind. They will not suit to you. You have to suit their culture. And also work culture. It's not going to be the same. What you see when you went to your site visit during university years, it's not going to be the same. And I'm being realistic. That's why we're here lah. Huh? Okay. And then there'll be the potential, of course, this is an of course thing lah, staying in a different country away from your family and close friends. And then with this pandemic, there will be a risk of you being locked down in a country which is not yours, maybe because it's immigration's issue, endemic, pandemic, and all those kind of stuff. You have to be mentally aware, prepare for that. And then your work shift and will be different. And then at times, because you are an expatriate, you are expected to support your local staff. When your local staff is lacking, you have to support them. And then of course there'll be a spending your holiday lah, tak kisahlah Raya ke Chinese New Year ke Christmas or whatever at your workplace at site. Okay, so those are the boring part. Let's go to the fun part lah. So okay, I'm gonna do some sharing of what my life was like in Indonesia. So you can see here, there's like all these pictures here. So the top one with the excavator, here at that site, you normally have, there'll be, because in Indonesia, the production is actually more than 1 million per month. 1 million ton of coal per month, which is different than Malaysia, because Malaysia, I can only say that Sarawak is the one that has a coal mine, which is operational, and their monthly is like not more than maybe about 300,000 per month. So it's a different. So when the mining operation is bigger, the equipment grows bigger, which is why after this you will see that the equipment in Balingan Energy Mineral is different than the one at Global, Puan Fiona's mine site in Kapit, because their operation has been gone on for how many years already. So they will have a bigger equipment. So working in this, how to say, opportunity, you will get to see so many type of equipment and different brands. And I think there was a question on like, how do you get to know this mechanical punya aspect of your work? It normally comes from your passion. So if you want, like for me, when I was the mining superintendent, I was also in the operational punya team. So meaning I had to go and also do commissioning when they had new equipment coming to site. And of course, as being literally fresh from the university, I had no knowledge of it. But I was always eager to ask. And of course, as you can see, there's always all smiles on my face. So I was eager. I don't care. You look down at me, but I will literally come back up so fast. So having that positive mindset, being always, how to say, humble to us. So this is just some of the pictures, and then you can see that that's the mine site. That was one of the earlier mine site that I went. And then this is the operational part. So you can see how big the coal mine is, which is different from the one you see in Malaysia. And of course, it's different from those in Quarry lah. So the picture on your right that you see with the excavator, that was actually me literally going in the dirt to help them install this culvert. Of course, in Indonesia, there's a different set of safety, and they are more experienced. So of course, us as the supervisor, we always have to remind them in terms of all the safety aspect lah. So of course, they will not be like macam, who are you to tell me? But then as the time goes by, because of that humbleness, and you always macam, even though people like try to tear you down, you still smile and you still laugh at it, they will end up just like accepting you. And believe me, I'm used to people calling me Pak than Bu, meaning like they call me sir, not madam. They don't call me madam. They don't even look at me as woman. So as you can see here, this is us going to open a new pit. So we're literally like macam dah tak ada nak jangan harap apa payung ke apa. No, you literally memang berpanas, and then sometimes diorang nak go to the toilet like macam kat situ je. They sometimes forget that I'm a female. So you get used to that. You laugh it off lah. You learn to laugh it off. So the picture on your right is also another, it's actually an extension of the picture from before. So you can see we have so many coal seams. And in terms of this coal mining, we are more than happy to share that knowledge after this lah, if you want to know more in depth of what coal mining is. And I'm pretty sure your lecturers will are more, how to say, they are the masters of it lah. So you can learn from that also. So next is actually a picture of how I had to get to site. So when I moved to my second site, Indonesia Pratama, it wasn't a simple driving from the airport to the site. Last time I had to drive 9 hours. We had a driver lah, of course. It was a 9 hour drive from the airport, which is Balikpapan punya airport, to our mine site. But when I moved to Indonesia Pratama, they did not have a road access. And I just heard last year they actually just completed the road access, meaning all the bridges are there now. So last time when I was there, they did not have that. So you can see that I had to go by boat lah. So meaning it was a 5 hour drive from Balikpapan to this boat area, a 3 hour boat ride, and then it was another 2 hour boat ride from the jetty to our office lah. So here is, I think it is something that I have proposed to our site also, and they will be implying it soon lah. So it's a mine permit access, meaning that not everyone can enter a mine area. So you need this permit, and also a kimper. Kimper is actually like your license in the site. So here you can see I have the kimper. I have the license to drive a light vehicle, which is meaning the car lah. So, and I think I can be proud about it until now. Even after I left, they do not have any more female staff driving at site. So most of the girls, even they had a new engineer, she did not dare to drive because the location over there is different than Malaysia lah. I mean, it's more adventurous. I always like that. So that's for me lah. Okay, next. This one is actually something I'm proud of. Actually, this is from one of our Australian contractor. So BIS Industries. BIS actually decided to bring in one of their train truck. So meaning this trailer truck actually uses the concept of a train. So it's different than the trailer where the trailer will brake. It actually, when it turns, it doesn't brake. It actually follows the trailer at the front. So we call it train, a train truck. So, and the picture where you see me posing so handsomely there, that's actually a Kenworth. In Asia, they do not have that brought in yet. But after I left, they actually brought another 5 units in. But because this one, the one that I took a picture, that was an old model actually. It was just on a trial purposes lah, see if they can get the spare part in order and everything. So you can see the one on the right where there was a tree one, that one is using the Scania lah. You see it everywhere anyways, and they have the bus and everything. So this is part of the, how to say, adventures lah. And um, I have not seen that in Malaysia yet. I'm looking forward to it. I know Malaysia is growing, so maybe we can bring that in. So next, okay. Now you see me posing, and bear in mind that is what the life of a mine engineer is, because you are spending so much time at site. Sometimes you just to get rid of that boredom, you take a selfie lah, and for memo purpose lah. And then you can see the picture where there's a lot of people. So those are all my friends, my colleagues. And actually you can see that one female that's wearing that gray shirt, not the pink tudung. That is actually our local authority staff. So she actually engaged with the locals. So she's actually not an engineer. But because this is the picture where we celebrate the Indonesia Independence Day lah. And the other female in the blue, that is actually my secretary, my PA. She is in charge of all my traveling and everything lah. But she is also a non-local staff. So she's my only friend in the technical office because I don't have any other females in the technical office because the admin office is separated. So I only see the other females when they send like macam the coffee girls, they send the coffee, and those are the girls I see lah. But at the staff, no. I only see that other female lah. So you learn to make friends. Even though you don't like the attitude, also you learn to make friends because there's no point of you to be, how to say, enemies. Because you're literally stuck 9 hours away from other people. So you're like a small community lah. Okay. This is actually the picture when this is actually if you did not see, actually, this is actually, I was 6 months pregnant. After this picture was taken, my Kimper, my license to drive was taken by by my manager because I was not supposed to drive. So this is you can see how thick the coal is. But that is because we are already mining so deep. It's different in Malaysia. Malaysia masih nipis-nipis. But I think in GEM, they do have those thick coal lah. So we'll see that. And then the picture in the middle where you see me as the only one, that is actually after the commissioning. So the process after the commissioning is we get to go for a trial run. So I got the opportunity to go in and see how they drive that truck lah. So some sort like a trainer. So I get to see how they do it, and then they have all the technologies, the glasses where they check if you're tired, and if you're blinking slower or you don't open your eyes anymore, there'll be a big alarm. So that will wake you up. So that's how the different technologies is lah. And then the one on the left is actually when we had the haze, the very bad haze, actually a yearly thing that happened to us. So yeah, you can see how bad the haze was. Even so, we still had to mine if the visibility allows us lah. And then this is, like I said, this is part of the working shift. So because when even though at this time I was actually already in the management position, I don't actually need to go to the night shift. But coincidentally, one of my supervisors, the wife gave birth and I had to go take his place lah. And then there's so many incident other than that, like ada yang mak sakit lah, ada diorang yang sakit lah, and they did not have enough manpower, so we have to step in. Padahal kita dah kerja day shift tau, but we still had to go to the night shift. I have worked for 48 hours and I would not recommend it to anyone lah. So you can see that's me, and it's very common for me untuk balik tengah-tengah malam atau lambat. Sometimes dinner already finished, so I end up calling the cook to make sure to leave some for me. Balik awal-awal pagi, orang baru nak pergi office, kita baru nak balik mandi, and then go back to the office after dah mandi. So that's part of the, how to say, the thrill. I would not say it's a struggle, it's a thrill. I'll say this is some of the fun activities I would say when I think this was the third or the fourth time I spent my raya at site. So you can see here we have some photos of us trying to, to make ourselves happy because we cannot go back. And then you can see that the one where me grilling meat, that was actually for the Chinese New Year. So they couldn't go back. So we joined together. And then that's my team. The one in the middle, that's actually my team the morning after Raya, where everyone else was on break, but we still had to come to work because operational team was still working. So the supervisors had to be in lah. And you can actually see the picture on the top. After Semayang Raya, I had, that nice skirt in, matching. Lepas tu tiba-tiba dia orang kata, jom. After I finished my morning meeting, they said, why don't we go across the neighboring village to visit them lah for Raya. So I had to change into jeans to make sure that after I balik, I masih boleh pergi site. in that pretty outfit still go on. That's just how you how to say, you flow with it lah. There's nothing much you can do about it. Okay, and this is me and my friends. This is us walking, and that is me. I think this is the last photo I took at site. I was 7 months pregnant and I was about to leave Indonesia. So now my life as a Malaysian coal mine engineer. So here's the preparation. So you need to make sure you are registered at the Board of Engineer Malaysia. Don't make my mistake. I took it for granted and I forgot. So when I wanted to join Sarawak Energy, while 7 months pregnant, I rushed to the Board of Engineer Malaysia to make sure my registration was in order. The good other thing is that I wouldn't say it's a preparation, no, but it's something good where most of your seniors are working in that field anyway. So either in the government body, the JMGs, and then or the private sectors, even all these other quarries. So you have all these seniors for your reference, which is kind of fun. And then your holidays, maybe some of you might not be able to celebrate it, but you can still, how to say, call them and then maybe use that virtual, but you still have that sense of being close because you're not literally in another country. Like for me, even though it was on video call, but it was lagging because my internet was problem, or I actually had 2 or 3 days no internet access. So I did not know what's happening with my family. I couldn't text them. And then beside that is the knowledge from your university, what your lecturers transfer to you is quite similar to what you're going to face in the work environment and also your requirement lah. So now, you guys want to see why I came back to Malaysia? And I told you before, it's because of this little guy. So I came back to Malaysia because I was pregnant. I did not get the offer. I actually begged them to allow me to work at the HQ department, but they did not allow me because my specialty was operational, meaning I was very good at in term of the operational part, the managing contract. So I could not do that at HQ level. So with that, with heavy heart, I decided to leave Indonesia, come back to Malaysia, and become a mother of this cute boy. So here, you can see here, you can see that that's Puan Fiona right there. The one at the front is also your senior, MacLiff. The one at the back is actually CD. And then you can see another picture on that side is that was during one of the conference, and you guys can see your seniors there. So this is something that I do not regret. I mean, of course, you get all that thrill, new knowledge in Indonesia, which you cannot obtain in Malaysia. But the thing with, for me personally, is that Malaysia's company, they are more understanding. Like for me, that is me. You can see inside one of the picture that is actually my boss with my baby on the table. That was during our when we kick off our mine site. So the mine site, we were still staying in the container office, and I was still breastfeeding with my baby, but then my baby's punya care pengasuh had an emergency, so I had to take my baby at the office. So you can see even after we move office, I sometimes had to take him when I had to come into the office on the weekend. So breastfeeding wise, I actually end up breastfeeding, meaning pumping, at the pantry. I end up locking the pantry and then informing the whole people that is working at the container, which also included my contractor, our consultant, that do not enter the pantry because I'm going to be a bit busy lah. And then so those are kind of like the some of the things that you have to do, the things that you have to manage to suit your skill, to suit your work environment. But it's much better when I was in Malaysia. I could not imagine being Indonesia and doing this. Okay, now you can see here actually this was some our earlier teams. No long we are actually more expanding now. Last time when I first joined Balingan Energy Mineral, I was the only mine engineer. There was only one geologist, and then there was one admin and one safety officer. So now it's different. You can see the picture on the right. That's actually the green field that I was talking about. The power plant is at the back. So it's working in this because I had experience opening a new mine. So that was a bit, how to say, I did not have a problem lah for that part. So it was a bit like just me literally transferring my knowledge from Indonesia to Malaysia. So now you can see here. So this is what BEM looks like lah. So we have our sediment pond in place. Now we have opened another mine which is actually at the north there, and our mine is bigger. We have operated, and I am now in HQ because like I said, they have noticed that I do have that potential to manage contract better. So now we have more engineers at site. So I have the opportunity to sort of change my skill set from engineering to being a project management executive. So uh, so you have to live your life to the fullest. So now I'll stop sharing if there's any questions.
Assalamualaikum. Okay. Terima kasih Puan Mariam atas perkongsian tadi. Terdapat beberapa soalan ya daripada penonton kita. Okay, yang pertamanya, Puan Mariam just now, Puan Mariam mentioned about negotiation skill. Can Puan Mariam share more about it?
Okay, when you come to a negotiation skill, it's not just because you're perempuan kau pandai berlawan. No, maybe if you have a debate when you were in school, that will probably apply a bit lah. So when you're talking about negotiating skill, is that mean that you have the ability to look at something and then automatically you can link it with all these contractual things. So when you are talking with the contractor, you have to bear in mind this contractor, they don't want to pay you anything. We as the owner or we as the company, we don't want to pay them. So when it comes to this negotiating skill, you have to learn to give and take, but at the same time you have to macam make sure that you tak lari daripada apa yang at the end of the day, what's your goal of that discussion or that negotiation. And those kind of things I noticed actually when I came back to Malaysia. There's a lot of classes that we could attend for negotiating lah. So it was a bit different when I was in Indonesia sebab I was literally fresh. Orang kata fresh from the farm tau. I did not have any negotiating skill. I did have that debate skill that I obtained when I was in sekolah. But it was like macam because maybe I'm personally mungkin memang I'm very adventurous, so I tend to be very brave in term of like jumping to a new opportunity lah. So that's how negotiating is. And if you feel that you have that capability, don't be shy to show it. Especially kalau korang dah macam ada yang internship kan. When you do that internship, if you feel that you have that skill, show it. Jangan takut. Of course, learn how to, jangan kasar lah. Sebab I do see that in some young engineers, they too tend to be a bit emotional. So bear in mind to be professional at all times. Sebab kalau you nak gaduh, gaduh je dekat dalam meeting. Kat luar, you're already shaking hands. Tak kisahlah. However the result is, you have to maintain that professionalism.
Okay. Kita ada juga soalan yang kedua.
Oh, I ingat dah habis. Okay.
Ada
So what's
lagi.
my next question?
Admin, can I ask, currently why PT Bayan dekat apa? Dekat Indonesia not taken any sumber mineral student as their engineer or etc. What happened to them? Because our 4th year student just finished FYP. Saya berharap ada peluang untuk our fresh grade student dapat opportunity macam Puan.
Okay. That one is apparently because now I'm not sure about now, but last time the issue was because of permit. Susah nak dapat permit. Sebab the Indonesian government changed their regulation. Kalau dulu they welcome expatriate. Now they prefer expatriate yang dah ada to transfer knowledge. Something that we SCB cherish. We want to enhance our local, meaning local is Sarawakian. So sadly, that is why PT Bayan Resources is no longer looking at getting fresh um, engineers because they have to train them. And then, like I said, when you are fresh, when we came in, we are literally kena baling tau kat site. You will learn how to walk 4 kilometers sebab you will learn how the locals did it. But now, because of this permit, they cannot afford that kind of, how to say, losses lah. So they and sad to say they do not hire any more expatriate, and even local staff pun ada problem. So if you are looking and if you are interested in working overseas, do look for other countries. Even you've got South Africa, you've got Australia, you've got Canada. I don't think we have any in UK. They do, but they do not do, meaning they don't look at Asian lah, sad to say. But bear in mind, like I said just now, you want to go overseas, mental kena kuat, jangan nak orang kata manja. Itu je lah.
Okay, harap soalan penonton kita tadi terjawab. Okay, last soalan pun Siti Mari.
I ingat dah habis. Okay. Alright.
Last soalan.
Anything else?
Okay,
Okay.
ada orang tanya, dekat Sarawak Energy ada management training program tak?
Actually ada. Kita orang ada training program. And actually, like macam saya cakap tadi, Sarawak Energy, we cherish our local. So we want to breed, no, bukan breed, salah bahasa dia. We want to groom our locals to their best potential. Meaning like macam kalau siapa-siapa yang from Sarawak or you know anyone that is looking, we are open. But I'm not saying that we only hire Sarawakian. Of course, there is some Nanjung, but I'll be honest. And like I said, this is an honest session. It'll be a bit hard for you, but we are welcome because macam in my department right now, I think there's only 2 mine engineers because they have lost another mine engineer because I have shift from the mine engineering to project. So I no longer do all those planning. I no longer do. What I do is more to budgeting project, and sometimes I'm even doing civil punya project. So if you guys are interested, we do have a training program. Maybe later, you guys, I can share the contact number, my email, and then you guys can email me your CV, and then we are more than welcome new mineral resources engineers to come and join us sebab we do train you guys. There is a training, and even for the third years or maybe because of this pandemic, I don't call it a pandemic anymore. Like for example, macam yang second years who's next year maybe you are looking for your industrial training, or maybe once you guys are back to the campus and then you guys can travel, we are more than welcome for you guys to come and see Sarawak Energy coal mining, because I don't think there's any coal mine in Semenanjung lah. So we are more than happy to welcome you guys.
Okay, ni ada soalan urgent daripada
Baca
student
kepada
kita.
aku tak nak jawab.
Okay,
Alright, sure.
yang ni last one. Katanya short answer pun tak apa. Dia kata,
Okay.
can pun Mariam share also about management skill at work.
Management skill. What kind of management skill actually? If you're talking about managing a team, that one was actually I obtained that skill when I was in Indonesia. Sebab kalau kat Malaysia ni, it's a bit different where you are trained, meaning you ada macam there's a step. Macam okay, when there's a position open, you kind of shadow the previous manager, so you kind of see how it goes, and then you go. So you escalate to that managing position. But kalau macam like that negotiating skill and that management skill, macam like I said, masa during your training or when you're working, don't be afraid to use that skill. Tapi bear in mind, this is my constant reminders, but I do notice it and I do see it, yang sometimes these young engineers, diorang ada pakai emotion. So always keep yourself professional. When you want to show that you do have the ability to manage a team or maybe even a small project, jump to it. It might be small, but believe me, management akan tengok how you manage that small. Kadang-kadang kan macam maybe if you get the opportunity to do exploration and then you have to jaga satu drill hole, or maybe you have to do a small activity and they see that you are able to manage that. It might be small to you, tapi the management sees it. So use that opportunity. Jangan miss out on any opportunity. Open your mind, be professional. Tu je.
Okey. Terima kasih Puan Mariam atas penerangan yang
you.
mantap tadi. Datang dari hati ya, banyak tips-tipsnya. Terima kasih sangat-sangat Puan. Okey, seterusnya kita akan beralih ke speaker yang kedua. Marilah izinkan saya ya memperkenalkan speaker kita. Namanya Cik Nur Masturah binti Abdul Rahman. Beliau merupakan alumni program kejuruteraan sumber mineral USM pada tahun 2010 hingga 2014. Sekarang beliau bekerja di Protex Construction Sedia Berhad sebagai site engineer. And now, tanpa melengahkan masa, let me welcoming the next speaker of this session to share about from fresh graduate to site engineer, how it goes. Seperti biasa, sesi soal jawab akan dilakukan pada akhir sesi perkongsian speaker kita. Okey, dipersilakan Cik Masturah.
Terima kasih Hazwani Zamri. Okay, saya share saya punya slides lah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum to everyone and very good afternoon. Boleh kita cakap afternoon kan? Okay. Topik untuk saya explain in this evening is from fresh graduate side, from fresh graduate to site engineers, how it goes. Okay, saya akan explain about myself a little bit and then why I choose USM, why I choose mineral resource engineering, and what do I do after graduation, my first job, my second job, and how does it feel to be an engineer in different industry, how I end up being a site engineers and challenges to be site engineers. Jelas tak suara saya, Hazwani?
Dengar Cik Masturah.
Okay, good. About me, my name Nur Masturah binti Abdul Rahman. Saya dilahirkan pada 3 September 1991. Dilahirkan di Melaka. Saya adalah anak kelima daripada 6 adik-beradik dan saya merupakan the only daughter in my siblings, satu-satunya anak perempuan antara 6 adik-beradik lah, yang lain semua lelaki. Okey, saya mendapat pendidikan sekolah rendah di Sekolah Rendah Kebangsaan Merlimau 2. UPSR saya tidaklah cemerlang tapi alhamdulillah dapat 3A 2B dan saya mendapat pendidikan untuk sekolah menengah di Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Sekolah Menengah dan Anum, dan SPM saya pun tidaklah memberangsangkan tapi alhamdulillah. Selepas itu saya melanjutkan pelajaran saya dekat matrikulasi Johor dan mendapat CGPA 3.55. Selepas itu saya melanjutkan pelajaran saya dekat Universiti Sains Malaysia dengan CGPA 3.06 je. Alhamdulillah. Okay, saya share sedikit lah tentang gambar-gambar saya dekat universiti, gambar-gambar saya, apa yang saya dapat dekat universiti semualah saya share sikit. Ini gambar saya masa saya graduate. Ini both of my parents lah. Ni family saya. Saya share gambar saya banyak sikit lah supaya you all tak boring kan. Okay, ni gambar best friend saya masa dekat universiti. Yang tudung orang itulah saya. Macam apa orang kata? Kita kat universiti kan mestilah ada kawan yang rapat dengan kita, yang membuatkan kita rasa macam best lah berada dekat universiti ni. So choose your friend wisely. So ini adalah 3 kawan saya yang paling rapat lah dengan saya masa dekat universiti. And then the only guy yang ada dekat sebelah kanan tu adalah dia master student masa saya dekat universiti dululah. Dia selalu join program kita orang masa dekat universiti dulu. Okay, saya ni seorang yang aktif bersukan, aktif aktiviti LASA. So ini one of my activity lah during weekend. Saya pergi hiking, saya pergi camping, which is semuanya dalam Malaysia lagi, belum pernah lagi untuk ke luar negara. Tapi insyaAllah kalau ada diberi kesempatan saya akan pergi. One of my favorite activity tu dululah hiking. Tapi sekarang musim pandemik kan, saya susah sikit nak bergerak ke sana ke sini sebab kita pun belum dibenarkan untuk pergi ke sana ke sini kan. So ini travelling is always my dream. And then alhamdulillah selepas saya graduate, saya dapat kerja dan saya dapat duit sikit lah untuk menabung dan saya pergi travel. Saya akan travel 1 tahun sekali. Itu my dream lah. Okay. Next yang akan saya bincangkan adalah why I choose University Science Malaysia and why I choose Mineral Resource Engineering. This is because masa saya sekolah menengah dulu, saya punya ambition adalah untuk study dekat luar negara, tapi kan result saya tidaklah memberansangkan. So saya pilih course engineering yang dekat Malaysia. And then saya tengok banyak pilihan masa dekat dalam Malaysia ni lah banyak pilihan. Tetapi masa saya nak apply universiti tu, saya punya cikgu dia kata why not you choose USM juga, because USM is one of university yang quite good kan. So I choose lah. So I choose Mineral Resource Engineering because pada masa tu saya tak tahu apa itu Mineral Resource Engineering, tapi saya suka explore, saya suka nak benda yang orang lain tak tahu, tapi saya pun tak tahu tapi saya nak. Ada orang kan jenis macam tak tahu tapi dia tak nak. Tapi saya jenis yang macam tak tahu tapi saya nak. Okay, saya pilih Mineral Resource Engineering dululah. And then masa tu UPU masa tu ada UPU dengan USM kan. USM kita apply online, dia lain daripada UPU. And then the result kita application USM tu come first. So UPU tu bye-bye lah. Macam tu. So saya suka study dekat tempat yang jauh sikit dari rumah saya. Saya tak tahu kenapa tapi tu memang jenis saya. Rumah saya dekat Melaka, saya dekat Melaka. Saya study dekat Melaka. Saya belajar sekolah menengah, sekolah rendah semua dekat Melaka. Tapi matriculation saya dekat Johor. Tu pun saya rasa macam alah dekatnya. Okey tak apa, saya nak pilih jauh sikit. Saya pilihlah Penang. Dekat Parit Bunta. So sedikit gambarlah ini kawan-kawan classmate saya. Supaya tak boring, ini kawan-kawan saya, ini gambar saya masa dekat universiti. Ini gambar saya rasa final year project presentation I rasa. This one, yes. So we all take a moment untuk ambil gambar dengan lecturer semua. So this is all my classmate. I miss all of them. Lama tak jumpa. Okay, masa dekat universiti, kan saya cakap saya ni jenis yang macam suka explore benda yang orang tak nak tapi saya suka explore. Dekat universiti, kita ada satu co-curriculum tu yang mana kita choose kan. Masa tu kawan saya cakap, why not kita join Palapis? Palapis is Reserve Officer Training Unit. Masa tu saya tak tahu pun palapis ni macam mana. So I just join, and then I think this is macam menarik sebab orang lain tak nak, tapi benda ni macam mana saya nak cakap, dia lain daripada yang lain. Askar kan biasa lelaki, tapi saya nak benda yang macam ni, so saya join. Ini gambar saya ditauliahkan oleh Sultan Kelantan masa tu. And then the right one, saya pergi makan malam regimental. Ini mesti you all tahu kan? Ini siapa. So we take a picture with him lah. So after graduate, my first job is dekat Melaka jugalah. Masa tu after graduate, I duduk rumah sekejap because kita orang graduate I think November. So ada masa along nak pergi ke November tu, I cari kerja sekejap. And then my friend cakap ada kerja dekat Texas Instrument. Dia company elektronik. So I fikir macam why not I join kan. Masa tu belum graduate lagi, belum ada cert apa semua lagi untuk I cari kerja. So I just join this company. This is company elektronik tau. I join before I graduate. Masa tu Julai 2014 hingga Ogos 2015 lah. Jawatan yang I dapat masa tu adalah Manufacturing Apprentice Supervisor. This is a company, a semiconductor company originated from Dallas, Texas. Dia ada 2 saja company dekat Malaysia ni, which is one is dekat Melaka and then satu lagi dekat KL I think, if I'm not mistaken lah. So my role during Manufacturing Apprentice Supervisor is to supervise and coaching operator on technical know-how about the electronics products and the machine. Because masa tu you kena handle produk-produk elektronik, you kena handle machine, you tak boleh macam salah cetak, salah buat konduktor, salah buat kompartmen tu. So kalau ada kesalahan apa semua, itu you kena refer to trainer apa semualah. So benda ni semua saya akan supervise operator-operator, because operator-operator ni kan diorang manusia kan, bukan mesin, so mestilah ada buat mistake apa semua. So I have to supervise them from time to time. This one I'm working shift juga tau, ada 3 shift masa tu, day shift, evening shift dengan night shift. After a while baru I masuk office hour because I'm just an apprentice kan. So after 1 year I finish this contract and then I tak nak continue because that time my parents ada jaga my grandparents. So I have to help my parents lah untuk take care of my late grandparents that time. So I just quit this job and then I continue I just help my parents lah. So after that my second job is here dekat Protex Construction Sendirian Berhad. So this is actually my second job. I haven't managed to jump to another company because I think it's quite selesa lah to this company because my manager, my director all semua sangat baik dengan I. So why not I just sit here in this company kan. So I started this company on 21st November 2016 as site engineer, or masa tu they offer I blasting engineer, but I think that one no problem lah. As long as I have a job. Masa tu I nak accept company ni pun parents I macam berat hati, tapi dia orang cakap tak apa. Walaupun dia all berat hati, tapi my parents cakap tak apalah, you pergi timba pengalaman kan, because I never receive any works luar daripada Melaka. So my parents allow me to work in this company. Actually this company I sudah I think 2 kali I apply. But the first one I have to reject because masa tu I tolong my parents jaga arwah nenek dengan atuk I kan. So I terpaksalah reject this opportunity. But then I believe in my rezeki. Second time I apply, they call for an interview. So after that I dapatlah this job. So my role as site engineer is to assist project manager to expedite and complete the project site according to project tender. This one you memang nampak macam okay assist project manager saja, tapi it's quite big responsibility pada saya because all site arrangement, all site plan, all site punya activity you have to control yourself, and then you have to refer to your manager which is what to be done, what to do, what everything lah. Tapi I rasa I suka sebabnya this enhance my soft skill because you know in this company masa I start in this Protex construction I seorang saja engineer dalam ni that time. After they all dapat project MRT, baru they all hire another engineer lah. Tapi saya rasa masa tu, I rasa macam, lakinya bertuah hanya saya sebab antara banyak-banyak orang dekat luar sana, they all pilih saya yang mana saya ni perempuan. Because construction, you know, common kan untuk orang lelaki. So I rasa sangat bertuah. So for the first and second year, I memang pulun gila untuk kerja dekat company ni because I enjoy this moment, enjoy dengan company ni because diorang sangat supportive dengan orang perempuan, diorang sangat supportive dengan orang-orang baru because that time I tak ada experience langsung dengan construction because this is civil engineer punya bidang kan. So diorang sangat supportive lah. My manager all sangat supportive. And then if you want to know, I have been involved in 5 projects dengan Protex Construction ni lah. Previous project I have been involved and complete this 5 project, which is first in Tun Razak Exchange, which is the punya main contractor is WCT Holdings. If you want to know lah, dekat Tun Razak TRX orang panggil kat sini. So another one is MRT Line 2. MRT Line 2 ni is I think my big opportunity because MRT kan, buat MRT bukan semua orang dapat opportunity ni. So my manager dia put trust on me. Dia cakap okay you can go handle this project. First project is Bandar Malaysia North Station which is dekat Sungai Besi. So I manage and complete this project. And then the next is intervention shaft 3. Intervention shaft 3 is pusat untuk diorang repair train, pusat untuk diorang repair any difficulties lah during MRT punya perjalanan kan. Okay, next is Konlei Station. Bandar Malaysia is station. Konlei is station and then the next is Titiwangsa Station. This one is station also lah. Dia connect dengan LRT station semua tu. And then the final one yang I managed to complete is Cross Passage. Cross Passage is laluan MRT. Both MRT kan ada 2 laluan kan. So Cross Passage ni adalah laluan di mana diorang akan tebuk tengah-tengah untuk you all escape. If ada emergency, if under emergency you can escape through that one. Okay. So this is my picture taken during Bandar Malaysia North Station lah. This one I'm handling and explain to the workers. I kerja mostly working dengan Bangladeshi and Pakistani. So they all yang datang sini semua I rasa diorang sudah faham bahasa Malaysia kot. I explain in bahasa Malaysia, diorang faham lah. And then they very respect to me because dekat negara diorang orang perempuan tak bekerja, tapi dekat negara kita orang perempuan bekerja kan. So they very respect to me. And then dia orang sangat respect and then sangat rasa macam kagum lah dengan I, because perempuan kan negara dia orang tak bekerja, sebab dia orang kata negara dia orang perempuan ni hanyalah untuk kahwin dan jaga anak. So I explain to them dekat Malaysia it's not like that, because we have to make our own money. Like that lah. So ini me managing control blasting dekat Bandar Malaysia, because kita dekat Siti kan, dekat KL, tak boleh nak buat open blast. So dekat sini kita nak excavate batu, nak excavate benda-benda yang keras tu kita buat control blasting. Company Protect Construction is company control blasting and tunneling lah, if you want to know. So I managed to liaise dengan short fire and then semua untuk buat control blasting dekat sini. So this is some of my photo. Selain daripada I buat control blasting, I juga manage untuk buat shotcrete. Shotcrete works is some of work yang you kena how to say, you kena maintain whatever blasted rock untuk dia tak collapse, ataupun soil untuk dia tak collapse, untuk make it smooth before dia orang applying waterproofing and before dia orang applying concreting. So this is the first step lah untuk dia orang, untuk station. After that, I managed to do rock bolting also lah. Rock bolting is some kind of geologist work, I think. This one, a geologist yang akan decide how many degree, what type of rebar you have to use. Tapi installation and grouting and so on, kita orang lah Protect Construction yang akan lakukan. So ini one of project lah yang I buat, excavate after blast. As you can see, kita orang still akan excavate if there is difficulties understrutting ke apa ke. So we have to apa orang kata, take opportunity. We have to brainstorm our brain untuk make it happen lah, because construction is very difficult, tapi I enjoy because orang ni kan company yang ini kan fieldwork yang lelaki nominate, tapi I suka. I tak tahu tapi memang I suka. And then next is project untuk cross space station yang I cakap, kalau ada 2 tunnel you have to make a hole for between this tunnel. So this is one of the photos lah. This one we make tunnel blasting lah. Tunnel blasting for the heading and then for the below deck. Some of the process lah untuk blasting and applying waterproofing. Mungkin you all tak biasa dengan apa yang I cakap ni, tapi dekat construction you akan terbiasa, because I learned that from this company also. I pun zero dulu, tapi because I cakap I suka kerja yang macam ni, I learn. Protect Construction ni is not Malay company tau. This one is Indian company, but then they put trust on Malay and me untuk run their job lah. I don't know why, tapi they love us. Selain daripada saya, ada lagi engineer lain. Masa tu after few project lah yang Protect Construction sudah dapat, dia hire new engineers, and then we separate lah according to our project. So this is one of charging part untuk control blasting, and then coverage part, because control blasting you have to cover the whole atas kan, bukan open blast. Macam quarry mining you buat control blast, open blast. Tapi dekat Siti you buat control blast as per approval by JMG, because this one pun kita liaise dengan JMG juga. Kita call JMG untuk bagi kita kebenaran untuk buat blasting dekat Siti. Selain daripada control blasting, shotcreting, rock bolting, I juga dapat peluang untuk manage buat RC structure. Rebar concrete structure. This one pun I learn dekat sini. Enjoy tau kerja dengan construction because I learn a lot. Dengan construction. So this one you have to manage, you have to build in rebar first and then ikat that rebar and then you buat formwork baru you concrete. That one very I think very interesting for me because new kan. So this is one of the photos after my workers, my supervisor put in the rebar according to the drawing. In construction, you have to read the drawing properly. You kena learn how to read the drawing. Drawing is very important dekat dalam construction because apa-apa building yang you nak construct, you ada drawing yang sudah approved by main contractor, by client, by consultant, and then you have to refer to that drawing untuk you build you punya rebar semua. Itu pun I learn dekat sini. Okay, so current project saya yang tengah saya buat sekarang ni adalah project development of Langat 2 water treatment plant and water reticulation system in Selangor and in Kuala Lumpur, which is located in Hulu Langat. So I share sedikit lah my photo dekat current project lah. This is slope stabilization process, which is we cut the slope, we do shotcreting, we do BRC installation, we do soil nailing, we do rock bolting, geological mapping, we do blasting and all. This is after blasting use. You can see here batu-batu yang bertebaran dekat situ adalah batu-batu yang kita dah blasting. Batu-batu yang kita dah excavate. Seronok kerja dekat sini sebab I don't know, tapi I suka kerja yang mencabar diri I suka kerja yang buatkan I berpeluh macam tu. Boleh tak? Okay, ni tunnel phase yang kita orang dah manage untuk buat currently. Kita ada dua tunnel untuk projek Langat ni. So yang dah excavate ada satu tunnel. So dalam tunnel pun kita ada support system dia. So you have to follow the drawing lah untuk build in the tunnel. Dalam tu we do blasting also, we do support also, shotcrete, rock bolt, steel rib and all. We have to follow the drawing lah basically. Ini one of my workers lah, and then my supervisor. Semua diorang ni Bangla. So diorang seronok kerja dengan orang perempuan kan. Ini kerja-kerja soil nailing and kerja-kerja rock bolting. Kalau soil nailing biasanya memang dah ada pattern dekat dalam drawing yang main con bagi, yang client bagi. Tapi kalau rock bolting, we refer to our geological mapping. That one geologist yang akan datang dekat site, yang dia akan mapping. So dia akan decide dekat mana kita nak buat rock bolting, dekat mana yang kita nak buat soil nailing, berapa meter soil nailing, berapa meter rock bolting. Itu semua geologist yang akan decide. So next is how does it feel to be an engineer in different industry. of course it's excited because you know you kerja dengan you kerja dengan benda yang you tak pernah belajar, benda yang you tak pernah involve, and then ada orang willing nak ajar you, ada orang willing nak bagi you ilmu. Excited. Because I jenis yang macam seronoknya kerja macam ni, seronoknya kerja macam ni. I tak pernah kan. So I'm excited kerja in this field. Next is I suka kerja dengan kerja yang mana didominated by lelaki. I suka kerja yang macam perempuan sangat minimal. Kerja macam tu. I suka kerja yang macam tu. Sebab apa tahu? Sebab I nak buktikan dekat lelaki, perempuan pun boleh buat. Betul tak? Macam tu. I memang jenis macam tu. Because I pun membesar dengan adik-beradik yang lelaki. Dari kecil lagi bergaduh-gaduh dengan adik-beradik semua kan. So I suka kerja yang macam orang lelaki buat, perempuan pun boleh buat. Itu saya. Lepas tu saya suka kerja dalam different industry because I dapat respect daripada orang-orang lain, orang-orang atasan saya. Because I bukan dari company, bukan dari bidang civil kan. I dari bidang yang lain. So diorang respect dengan I macam mana, how quick I learn that, how quick I learn this, how I can manage this, how I can manage that, diorang suka. And then diorang respect dengan I punya management skill semua. Diorang suka. So next is I can expand my knowledge. Because why? Dekat USM, I ada belajar sikit pasal blasting kan. So I can relate it into this job. And then dekat USM juga I tak ada belajar pasal shotcrete, I tak ada belajar pasal rock bolt. Tapi dekat sini diorang ada ajar I. So I akan expand my knowledge pasal RC structure semua. I tak pernah belajar. That one is from civil engineer lah I think. Tapi dekat sini I belajar. So that one expand my knowledge. Okay, next is macam mana saya boleh end up being an engineer? Because first I tak expect yang I akan jadi site engineer. I expect I jadi macam okay, assistant pun tak apa. Because that time I rasa macam okay lah, it's time for me to get a job. Because dulu kan I jaga my grandparents kan. So my parents cakap tak apa, they can manage. So I start looking for another job. Masa tu expectation saya tak dah setinggi mana. Tapi I managed to get this job by my senior. Sebab tu kita kena, orang kata orang kata apa? Relationship dengan senior tu sangat-sangat penting lah. Because this job, my senior yang contact, ada job dekat sini, why not you apply? Mana tahu dapat, because previous you yang reject because you ada you punya reason sendiri kan. So this time why not you apply, mana tahu boleh dapat. So my senior which is Raidatun Najihah lah yang bagi opportunities dekat saya, yang iklankan dekat saya this got kekosongan, so apply lah. So alhamdulillah pada November 2016 saya dapat job ni lah. Alhamdulillah. Until now I tak pernah bukan I tak pernah cari kerja lain, tapi I pernah cari kerja lain, tapi long term punya mindset kan. I fikir I selesa dekat sini, why I nak pergi tempat lain. And then manager and then director you all semua bagi apa yang you nak. Kira macam you tak ada difficulties pun dekat sini. Only that you tak adalah macam mana nak cakap you tak adalah macam Tak ada susah lah. I rasa tak ada susah. I seronok kerja sini. That's why I put yang I rasa macam tak nak lah cari kerja lain. Gitu kan. Uh, okay, challenges challenges to be site engineer is communication dengan workers. Sebab apa saya cakap communication dengan workers? Sebab I bekerja dengan Bangladeshi, Pakistani. So kadang-kadang diorang cakap kita tak ada faham. Kita cakap diorang tak faham. Macam tu lah. Macam cakap ayam dengan itik. Macam tu. Faham kan cakap ayam dengan itik. Kalau dekat site kan macam you have to follow rules, you have to follow drawing. So bila diorang buat salah, kita marah diorang. Diorang ingat kita macam bukanlah marah, tapi macam kita cakap benda ni salah. Tapi diorang sudah terbiasa buat kerja yang macam tu. So diorang ingat kerja diorang betul. Bila kita cakap kerja diorang salah, diorang tak boleh terima. So cara nak cakap dengan diorang, how to explain to them tu yang buat rasa macam kenapa dia ni tak faham cakap aku, kenapa tau. Sebab ada juga my Bangladeshi workers yang diorang adalah foreman ni assistant supervisor. So bila I tak dapat catch up my supervisor, because supervisor kan busy, ada kerja dekat sana, kerja dekat sini, so I have to direct to them lah, cakap dengan diorang ini tak boleh. So kadang-kadang macam cakap dengan itik, kita geram, tapi kita kena juga explain dekat diorang supaya diorang faham. Okay, next is my difficulties is difficult to tolerate with senior staff or workers. Okay, macam kerja saya, manager ataupun ada not manager lah, macam staff yang dah berumur, diorang kerja based on experience only. Diorang kerja tak based on whatever is decided by consultant, whatever is decided in the tender, whatever decided in the contract. So bila kita explain dekat diorang, ini kena ikut macam ni, ikut kontrak, ikut ini, diorang tak boleh terima. Sebab diorang dah terbiasa buat benda yang bukan follow contractual punya work program kan. So diorang macam tak boleh terima. So itu challenges bagi saya lah. Tapi at the end diorang manage to accept my advice, because saya sangat tegas punya orang. Saya cakap tak boleh, you have to follow this, you have to follow that. Saya sangat tegas punya orang. I rasa ini because of my soft skill masa I join Palapis dululah, masa I dekat universiti kan. So I rasa this one difficulties untuk tolerate dengan diorang ada, tapi I manage to control myself because you have soft skill. You kena tegas lah. Kalau you perempuan dalam bidang yang macam ni, you kena tegas, tapi you jangan menidakkan kata mereka. You boleh explain dekat diorang according to our contractual punya work program, tapi you jangan menidakkan whatever yang diorang explain. Sebab itu kita respect diorang juga kan, and then diorang pun respect dekat kita. Macam tu lah. Okay, the next is paperwork lah. Paperwork to be submitted on time, because in construction there is a lot of paperwork, because you have to prepare your report daily. You have to prepare your claim, because site engineer you have your payment is based on your claim submission. So I have to prepare claim monthly and then submitted to my QS, and then they all submitted to their main con QS lah. So this one must be submitted on time, because if not, they will macam forward your claim submission to the next month, and then your report, your whatever paperwork lah, you have to submit on time, because pada saya, kalau paperwork you tak submit on time, you are not good enough in engineer because you tak boleh manage your time, you tak boleh manage your work schedule, you tak boleh manage your planning. Because to be an engineer, I think lah pada saya, you kena ada skills yang mana you boleh control yourself, how you control your work, how you manage your time. Itu sangat penting untuk jadi an engineer pada saya. Terpulang pada you all, tapi I nasihatkan untuk student-student kat luar sana, manage your time properly. You boleh lara, saya pun lara, saya layan Netflix, saya layan Facebook, saya layan Instagram, saya lara, tapi ada masa-masanya. When it comes to work, you have to do your work properly. When it comes to your enjoy time, when it comes to your whatever, you kena manage your time. Macam tu. I rasa, so I rasa this is the end of my session lah. If you have anything to mail to me, mail to my office. If you have any query, you can call me anytime. You can WhatsApp me anytime. I will entertain you lah. That's all for my sharing. Hazwani.
Okay, terima kasih Cik Masturah atas
Ya,
perkongsian yang
sama-sama.
banyak sangat. Okay, sebelum kita akhiri sesi Cik Masturah, ada beberapa soalan daripada penonton kita ya.
Ya.
Okay, yang pertamanya dia tanya, does IT literacy important for this field? How much the literacy affects this field?
Does apa tak dengar?
IT
I-
literacy. Yep.
IT, I rasa basic je mungkin boleh lah. Tak terlalu mendalam I think sebab kita ada technical team kan. So I don't think it's quite important lah. Basic must have, you have to have your basic lah.
Okay. For the next question, Cik Masturah.
Yeah.
Okay. How to measure that the rock bolting strength sufficient to hold the structure from collapse? As we know nowadays, lots of structure fail. What is the powder factor for control blasting, especially at head-tight area?
So for rock bolting biasanya kita ada geologist. My company ada hire geologist. So whatever rock bolting, whatever sonneling, untuk measure rock condition kita ada geologist yang akan measure. Sebab dia orang ada alat sendiri kan, kompas, dia orang ada apa tukul semua, so dia orang yang akan advise me untuk dekat mana kita nak buat rock bolting, kat mana kita nak buat sonneling. So dia yang akan advise me because dia the expert one. I can but they are the expert one because this is very difficult punya decision kan, so kita based on our geologist. So the next is powder factor. Normally JMG akan bagi dekat company yang buat control rock blasting ni, powder factor untuk control blasting for surface is 0.3 powder factor. For tunneling a bit high lah because tunneling is you dalam kan, so biasa dia orang akan bagi 2.78 paling tinggi untuk powder factor.
Okay, harap tadi jawapan daripada Cik Masturah menjawab ya soalan penonton tadi. Okay, kita ada lagi soalan. Okay. What is preparation before you get into the first job? Is there something special skill that required to get the position?
First job masa I dekat Melaka tu ke? Okay, masa tu I rasa diorang hanya nak I tahan kental ketak untuk kerja dengan kerja yang macam pressure. Masa tu kerja kilang, honestly I cakap kerja kilang lagi pressure daripada you jadi engineer. Because dia dah lah you dalam building yang yang macam maksud saya building yang tertutup, because saya bukan jenis orang yang suka kerja dalam building tertutup gitu, aircon, saya bukan jenis macam tu. You kerja dalam building yang tertutup, you ada pressure banyak tau, and then you have to attend the meeting. I think masa tu weekly you kena meet your target, because every week you have your target given by your superior. So you have to manage, you get the target that time lah. Kalau tak kena, tak capai target, ya you kena bambu lah. That time masa tu supervisor yang orang interview saya masa tu, dia cakap you boleh tak tahan pressure, you boleh tak tahan maki masa tu. Saya cakap saya okey, saya dah biasa. So I think that one menjawab lah, you kena tahan pressure. Whatever kerja yang you apply, mesti ada pressure. Tapi kalau you tak boleh nak manage your pressure, I think you cannot survive. Macam tu.
Okay, itu dia kata-kata daripada Encik Masturah. Okay, ada lagi soalannya. Encik Masturah, how much salary Encik Masturah think that fresh graduate degree holder should receive?
Alamak, soalan sensitif ni. Tapi zaman sekarang lah. Zaman saya dulu, on the stock zaman saya dulu, saya dapat salary 1,800 je. Tapi macam nak cakap masa tu saya bukan orang KL tau. Saya tak tahu KL ni macam mana. Saya dulu duduk Penang macam okey lah. Tak adalah mahal sangat, tak adalah murah sangat. I can manage to blend in. Tapi dekat KL I tak tahu dia punya lifestyle macam mana. So masa I accept this first job dekat KL ni untuk site engineer 1,800. Tapi I fikir balik, KL ni orang kata quite expensive punya lifestyle kan. So I negotiate dengan my interviewer untuk rise up my salary. I managed to get 2,500 masa tu lah. So I think tapi itu dulu 5 years back masa I dapat this job. Yang sekarang ni I think 3,000 or 3,500 maybe you can get. That's quite enough lah untuk you survive. Kalau you tak kenal erti susahnya mencari rezeki, susahnya mencari duit, you takkan appreciate your job lah. I think macam tu. Tapi jangan risaulah sebab you done well on your job, you akan dapat rise up salary kan. Every year you akan dapat rise up salary, increment semua. Just on your skills lah, you have to show yourself dekat you punya boss, how you can do. You jangan show macam orang mengampu. No, you kena jadi seorang yang you prove to them you can do it. That's how I work here. I prove to them I can do it, so I get. You do, you get. Macam tu. Is that helpful for them?
Okay, harap penerangan tadi membantu. Okay, mungkin ini adalah last question dan ia quite sensitive. Semasa Encik Masturah di awal karier ni, Encik Masturah pernah tak rasa diskriminasi terhadap isu jantina, like underestimate your abilities and etc.?
Tak ada. Honestly tak ada. Sebab before this pun, in this company, engineer yang I replace pun perempuan. So dia tak ada diskriminasi terhadap perempuan. Lagi satu, sebab saya punya soft skill kot, dia rasa dia yakin, my company lah yakin dengan I punya soft skill, which is I memang orangnya lasar, I memang orangnya yang jenis tahan panas, tahan hujan. Dekat site, I berpanas, I berhujan, semua I pernah redah. I pernah kerja sampai lewat malam, I pernah kerja Sabtu, Ahad, semua diorang suka. So you punya, dia tak adalah diskriminasi, dia tak ada dalam industri construction. Cuma diorang sangat respect lah dengan orang perempuan yang macam ni. Itulah.
Alright. Okay. Okay, ni ada soalan emergency.
Oh.
Dia tanya soalan third year kita student. Macam mana Cik Masturah terfikir nak apply sub engineer also sebagai seorang fresh graduate from MyRes? Apa requirement yang perlu ada untuk jadi sub engineer and what kind of platform untuk kita enhance skill kita lah?
Masa tu saya apply kerja ni, saya ada juga apply kerja lain. Tapi I lebih tertarik sebab saya intern dulu dekat Kuari. Saya intern dekat Kuari, tapi my heart does not belongs to I don't know. Tapi I choose apa Hazwani?
Tertaut ke hatinya tertaut ke bidang lain.
Mungkin sebabnya saya nak cakap macam mana saya suka kerja yang macam di kuari dengan mining pun didominated dengan lelaki, tapi saya lebih suka kerja yang mencabar, yang membuatkan saya crack kepala saya, yang membuatkan saya boleh jadi gila. Saya suka kerja yang macam tu. So saya choose this company lah. And then lagi satu, skills nak ada untuk jadi site engineer. Macam first saya cakap, you kena tahan pressure. And then lagi satu, you jangan manja. You jangan manja maksud I, memang position you as engineer saja, tapi ada you punya superior cakap buat kerja ini juga. For the first and second year, you jangan manja, tak boleh, saya tak boleh buat kerja ni, because that one yang akan membantu you untuk you go further. Faham tak? Maksud saya macam tak apa, you terima je kerja yang
batu loncatan lah.
Yes, something like that. And then lagi satu, skills, you all ada belajar AutoCAD kan?
Ya.
AutoCAD tu
ada.
AutoCAD tu jangan lupakan, because dekat sini construction you use juga AutoCAD tu, because all the drawing you belajar dari situ juga, all the drawings, and then you punya paperwork. Mungkin menjawab tak?
Okay, InsyaAllah menjawab soalannya. Okay. Terima kasih Cik Masturah di atas penerangan yang penuh dengan ringkas tapi padat lah ya. Ada yang masuk ke dalam hati.
Allah.
Okay, seterusnya kita akan teruskan majlis kita dengan speaker kita yang ketiga pada petang ini. Izinkan saya memperkenalkan latar belakang beliau. Beliau dikenali sebagai Puan Zulaika binti Zakaria. Beliau merupakan alumni program kejuruteraan sumber mineral USM pada tahun 2007 hingga 2011. Sekarang, beliau bekerja di Oriental Fortunes Sendian Berhad sebagai short firer atau blaster. And now, tanpa kita membuang masa, marilah kita welcome kita punya next speaker dengan tajuknya Day in the Life of a Woman Blaster. Seperti biasa, kita punya sesi soal jawab akan dilakukan pada akhir sesi perkongsian beliau. Dipersilakan Puan Zulaika.
Okey. Terima kasih Tuan Pengerusi Majlis.
Sama-sama.
Okey, sekejap saya try share dulu.
Boleh Puan.
Okey, saya punya ni dia lag sikit. Okey. Assalamualaikum, selamat petang lah. Sebab ni patut orang dah habis kerja. Kalau orang dekat Pantai Timur tak kerja pun hari ni. So saya ingat saya tak ada cerita pasal pasal technical blasting. Saya just akan share pasal saya punya experience, apa yang saya buat hari-hari sebagai seorang short firer lah. Terima kasih jemput saya untuk hari ni. Saya appreciate sangat sebab panggil saya untuk bagi talk. Saya tak seberapa pun, tapi saya harap saya punya sharing ni akan membantulah untuk orang yang nak berkecimpung dalam career sebagai seorang blaster, short firer lah kalau kat Malaysia ni kita panggil. Okay, saya Zulaika binti Zakaria. Orang rata-rata yang kenal saya, dia pun panggil saya Z. Saya dulu, masa dekat USM, actually saya introduce diri saya sendiri sebagai Z supaya orang tahu saya tak datang sini untuk biasa-biasa. Saya memang nak jadi luar biasa. Itu saya punya moto hidup daripada saya muda-muda lah. So saya adalah graduate Mineral Resources daripada sesi batch 2007 hingga 2011. Saya dah bekerja dalam kuari ni, dalam kuari punya environment selama 10 tahun. Tak totally semua di kuari sebab saya ada masuk dekat consultant firm sekejap. So masa mula-mula saya interview. Saya pergi interview tahun 2012. Ada kawan saya seorang, kalau korang kenal, Tuan Farid. Dia panggil saya Z, hang main interview, aku ada kerja untuk hang jadi quarry engineer. Dia cakap macam tu. So saya main interview. Resume semua siap. Sikit pun orang tu tak tanya yang interview saya zaman masa tu. Dia punya Farid punya boss masa tu. Dia tak tanya saya. Resume tak ada minta pun. Dia cakap saya, you pergi panjat bukit kali yang lepas, you are hired. Dia cakap macam tu. Saya pula masa tu memang cabiar, saya gemuk. Saya memang sampai sekarang pun saya masih lagi gemuk. Tapi saya, orang ni cakap macam ni takkan aku nak kalah kan. So saya cakap kat dia, boleh? Saya pergi. Saya naik, saya lepas turun. Memang kaki sakit gila lah. Tapi you learn. Jangan give up. Bila orang cakap kat you, buat tu. You buat. You pergi naik bukit, you sampai, you are hired. So sebab saya sampai, hired lah. Saya hired jadi masa tu quarry engineer. Saya start kerja dekat Lafarge. Dan subkontraktor kepada Lafarge dekat Kantan, dekat Sungai Siput sana. Saya kerja sebagai quarry engineer. Dekat sinilah saya buat lesen short firer, di mana saya punya kos untuk buat lesen ni semua company saya tanggung. Sebab masa tu dia memang memerlukan short firer. So saya buat lesen dengan company saya. Lepas je saya settle lesen, mereka cakap mereka nak transfer saya pergi nilai. Masa tu saya memang in love dengan Ipoh. Saya rasa tak boleh ni, aku tak boleh pergi kat lain. So masa tu saya apply kerja dengan SBA Consultant lah. So saya apply kerja dengan SBA Consultant, saya dapat kerja dekat consultant firm selama 3 tahun di mana saya belajar macam mana nak settle, nak liaise dengan authority, nak settle apa-apa jenis pembaharuan lesen, nak settle apa-apa jenis proposal, apa-apa paperwork yang require kita untuk kita liaise dengan authority. So memang sangat bagus. Saya rasa saya dapat masuk SB Consultant dan masa ni juga kita dah biasa kerja site 6 hari seminggu. Bila masuk consultant, semua cuti, kita cuti je. So memang sangat selesa sampai saya kahwin tahun 2015. So masa ni saya pindah ikut suami saya balik dengan Richard Fortune sebab masa tu mereka offer saya pergi duduk Rawang. Suami saya QS dekat KL. So saya follow lah dengan increment yang agak bagus. Saya pergi duduk KL dan duduk kat Rawang sampai YTL Lafarge kena beli dengan YTL. Sampai tu saya duduk dekat Rawang punya site. So enough pasal saya punya kerja punya experience. Next, ni saya punya classmate Thanks to them, saya memang having a blast. Cakap having a blast masa kita dekat universiti. Saya join semua benda yang boleh join. Orang menari, saya tak boleh menari. Saya join technical. Saya pergi buat sound system lah, prop, saya tak kisah, semua saya bantai. Sebab saya memang suka duduk dengan manusia, duduk dengan orang. Okay, so apa yang kita kena faham kita ni masuk dalam kerja site. Dekat kerja site ni, dia ada 4 benda yang kita kena tahu. Planning, organizing, execution dengan monitoring. Bila you jadi shock firer, part mana yang you buat? You pergi dekat execution. Meaning you start execution sampai monitoring. Apa yang you buat memang hands on dekat site. Hari-hari saya dah cerita, saya sekarang dekat site, dekat Omia site dengan Abok site, mereka share the same gunung. So kita mining secara join lah, kita buat join mining. Saya jaga dua-dua site lah untuk blasting. So saya hari-hari akan blasting lebih kurang 3 blasting, paling banyak pergi 4 lah. Tapi 3 tu pun dah banyak lah, 2 lah. 2 hari-hari, tapi dengan blast-blast yang kecil-kecil. So saya tak hidup macam ni. Saya lama mimpi nak hirup tea tengok laptop, tapi saya tak pernah dapat hidup macam ni. Saya mimpi kan hidup macam ni. So satu hari nanti saya mungkin akan balik lah pada konsultan punya job. Okay, ni kita start kerja saya. Kerja sebagai seorang shock firer, seorang blaster. Kita start kerja dengan planning. Dalam planning untuk kerja seorang blaster, you ada blast plan. Lepas you buat blast plan, you kena drill lah. You ada drill plan. Lepas you dah drill, daripada result drilling ni tadi, you akan belajar untuk charging. So, charging plan. Ini adalah contoh saya punya design latest yang kena reject sebab Albok tak dapat permit. So, saya boleh blast area Omia saja. Okay, drilling. Lepas you dah plan mana nak tembak, you kena set up lah drilling machine you pergi sana. You tengok macam mana you nak tackle that area. Adakah area tu area pinnacle? Adakah area tu area 2? Adakah area tu area production? You tengok, you evaluate lah macam mana you nak tackle that place. Dan tadi Estayani ada cerita kan, pinnacle area. Tapi kalau duduk area gym bertendang tak ada masalah lah. You tak payah tackle pinnacle macam orang lain macam area saya buat ni tackle pinnacle. Kita tackle pinnacle sangat sensitif sebab di bawah tu kita ada plant, main plant. Di mana lepas kita blasting dia akan jatuh. So kita ada limit untuk kita blasting. Kita ada SOP, ada berbagai-bagai rules untuk kita dapat tembak kawasan ni. Dan dia punya progress sangatlah lama, sangatlah rumit dekat saya. Dan dia tak ada access road. So you have to hide all over that. Kalau tempat production, mostly tempat production, kita naik kereta, kita turun kereta sampai habis kereta. Kalau pinnacle memang tidak lah. Jalan access road biasa memang tak ada. So kita kena hiking naik. Okay, lepas kita dah evaluate area tu, kita akan keluarkan satu proposal. Proposal ni kita akan share dengan kita punya maincon lah. Lepas kita dah share dengan maincon kita dah approve dengan kita punya plan, kita akan start marking dan kita akan start drilling. After that, kita dah settle drilling. Kita dah plan hari esok aku nak tembak sini. So kita akan order explosive. Lepas kita order explosive, pagi-pagi sebelum saya start saya punya day, saya kena pergi receive explosive. Explosive ni 6.30 dia dah sampai. 6.30 pagi. Kalau saya main lambat, Haji akan receive. Ada seorang saya punya colleague lah, Haji Rizwan. IR Haji Rizwan. Okay, lepas kita dah receive explosive, masa kita receive ni kita kena confirm. Betul tak? Sama tak dengan DO tu? Kalau satu hilang dalam perjalanan, siapa nak tanggung? Shock firer tanggung. So semua benda ni kita kena confirm. Kita kena isi borang perjalanan, kita kena update. Ada satu buku, kita kena update dan minta sign daripada polis. Kita akan update buku ni hari-hari lah untuk di-share dengan kita punya maincon. Okay, lepas kita dah terima eksplosif, saya akan bawa eksplosif ni dalam kotak eksplosif. Seperti yang anda lihat dekat skrin ni, saya akan bagi briefing hari tu. Macam mana, apa kita akan buat hari ni? Okay, hari ni kita akan tembak kawasan pinnacle. Contoh So kawasan pinnacle hari ni 20 lubang saja, korang akan pakai 1 biji saja high explosive. Dan korang akan pakai berapa stamina? Sini kita akan cerita kat mereka. Kalau kita tak cerita, mereka main bantai je lah isi sebab worker-worker saya orang asli. Yang ni saya memang ajar lah mereka buat. So saya ajar mereka macam mana kita nak charging ni semua kita akan ajar. So dia tak ingat. Dia pun jenis tak ingat. Sebab kita ada banyak jenis. Ada blasting kaki boleh isi banyak sikit. Pinnacle kena isi sikit. Production boleh isi seperti yang kita instruct lah pada hari tersebut. Lepas tu kita akan update pada tim kita. Hari ni kita akan tembak pukul 3. So sebelum pukul 3 kita kena settle lah kerja kita dekat site. Kalau lubang tu ada air ke apa ke, kita kena manage juga. Siapkan pada waktu yang ditetapkan. Sebab takkan nak tinggal pula eksplosif kat site tu kalau tak siap je. Kita kena tembak juga pada hari yang kita dah plan. Kita akan brief pagi ni dekat safety briefing ni. Okey, apa bahaya yang ada dekat site pada hari ni? Tapak tak rata, kerja kat kawasan tinggi, eksplosif punya handling. Semua ni kita kena cerita. Jangan main telefon sambil kerja. So budak saya memang tak pegang telefon kalau waktu dia kerja. So kita akan remind safety precaution ni over and over and over again. Senang worker kita. Okay, next. Next sendiri nak cakap juga. Okay, charging. After kita dah briefing, kita akan start kerja charging kita. Saya sendiri tak nampak slide saya. Okay, kita akan start kerja charging. Mula-mula saya akan pergi tengok face. Adakah saya punya driller korek lubang dekat tempat yang kita dah mark lubang ni tadi. Kita akan check betul tak drilling lock yang dia cakap solid. Lepas tu kita akan check lubang tu betul ke solid. Kita boleh check dengan cara kita ukur bagi tu. Kita boleh rasa kalau area tu clay ataupun block, background, kita akan rasa dengan cara kita ukur lubang tu pagi-pagi. Kalau lubang tu ada air, lubang blasting dia tak ada air, kita akan start pula kerja yang namanya flushing. So kita akan ambil masa untuk kita buat kerja-kerja ni sebelum kita start isi eksplosif kat dalam lubang blasting lah. Okay, lepas je lubang tu dah settle, ada air ataupun tak ada air, kita akan proceed dengan priming. Priming ni adalah di mana kita memasukkan detonator ke dalam high explosive. So saya tak ada buat gambar tapi saya ada video. Mungkin nanti saya akan share lah kalau ada yang berminat nak tengok. Kita akan priming. Lepas tu kita akan loading primer yang kita dah priming ni masuk dalam lubang. Dan kita akan loading dengan blasting agent, M4 ataupun kalau ada tempat pakai bulk emulsion, kita akan buat bulk emulsion lah. Lepas tu kita akan stemming, ikut stemming yang saya dah tetapkan. Kita akan tanda dekat pipe-pipe ni semua berapa stemming pada hari tu. Dan bila dah siap stemming, settle lah. Kita blasting. Okay, kenapa saya buat connection? Connection. Paling penting, semua orang tak nak misfire. Tak larat misfire. Misfire ni you kena pergi reconnect balik. Aduh, pergi pasang sana sini balik kan. Lepas tu dengan orang tengah tunggu kita ni tengah nak blasting, orang semua kena berhenti. So orang tunggu kita nak blasting. Kalau ada something goes wrong, semua orang tahu. Sebab orang tunggu kita buat kerja. Lepas kita dah settle check connection kita akan buat evacuation. Kalau kat tempat saya ada orang lain yang akan buat evacuation. Tapi sebenarnya short fire lah yang kena buat. Tapi sebab saya involved dekat atas, area saya ni agak besar. So saya akan settlekan part blasting. Ada orang lain yang akan jadi blast guard. Kita akan bagi seorang tugasan untuk jadi blast guard pada hari tersebut lah. Kita akan cerita kat dia mana kita nak evacuate pada hari ni. Area mana. So area ni semua kena clear baru kita boleh blasting. Kita dah siap blasting, checking. So dekat checking ni lah kita kena tunggu sekejap. Zaman dulu kita kena tunggu sekejap. Sebab dalam zaman dulu orang bakar safety fuse kan. Satgi tak meletup saja pergi Tapi alhamdulillah sekarang zaman non-nel. So instant dia pergi. Dan kalau dia tak meletup, kita boleh nampak dia tak meletup. So kita boleh pergi checking dalam 10 minit lepas saja blasting. Lepas kita dah clear, kita kena notify semua orang yang berhenti sebab kita nak blasting ni tadi. Sama ada shovel, sama ada orang tengah loading dan hauling, sama ada orang tengah crushing. Orang-orang ni yang berhenti tadi kena beritahu, okay kita dah clear, korang boleh start balik kerja. So biasanya benda ni kalau kat tempat saya ambil masa dalam setengah jam hingga sejam lah. di mana production akan berhenti. So sangat penting untuk kita efficiently settle kita punya blasting within time yang kita dah janji tadi. Oh, okay. Oh, saya dah habis slide saya. Okay, kita sampai masa untuk saya show sikit lah blasting video yang saya collect beberapa. Saya ada 2 juta blasting video, 2 juta. Saya ada beberapa, ada banyak lah sebab sehari pun saya dah tembak sampai 2-3 kan. Yang saya nak show ni ada apa tu? Allah, saya the next pula. Sekejap saya keluar. Okay, saya keluar site untuk show blasting video. Ni ada beberapa lah, yang ni yang paling latest.
Zarik masuk, boleh countdown. Zarik boleh countdown.
Countdown 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
Jangan risau, kamera semua selamat. Kita letak stand dekat situ. Kita tak ada, biar saja. Okay, yang ni adalah saya blasting pinnacle. Macam mana pinnacle? Oh, saya yang tinggi itulah pinnacle. Kita kena settle kan?
Aduh kak, belum rekod lah kak.
Okay. Saya memang plan nak habiskan awal. Sian kat orang duduk tunggu kan. Okay. Sebab tajuk kita hari ni adalah tajuk apa tu, women in mining. Kita kena be real lah. Kita kena be real keadaan betul dekat site. So, kenapa saya cakap weather is your enemy? Bukanlah enemy marah sangat kat Tuhan. Kita punya weather panas sekejap, hujan sekejap, tak. Bukan macam tu. Weather ni enemy untuk badan kita. Sebabnya lepas hujan selebat-lebat alam, tiba-tiba panas sampai kering balik. Tak kedemau. Okay. So dekat situ kita kena apa tu, satu antibody kena kuat. Memang kita sendiri kena tahan mandi hujan, tahan panas sebab kita kat site. Kita tak ada kawasan nak berlindung. Kalau buka apa tu, kerja kena jalan. Kalau buka payung pun orang cakap tak cukup untuk this kind of weather. So kita kena banyak jaga diri sendirilah. Lepas tu untuk apa tu, kita punya pendengaran, untuk kita punya apa tu, lung, habuk kena tahan. Sebagai orang perempuan, bukan orang perempuan je lah, orang lelaki pun kalau tak tahan panas, tak tahan habuk. Saya ada seorang kawan kerja dekat apa tu, dekat kuari juga. Dia jenis kalau pegang habuk, dia basuh terus tangan dia. Saya cakap macam mana kerja macam ni. So kita kalau hujan, baju kita pun belecak penuh dengan lumpur. Boots kita pun belecak penuh dengan lumpur. Kita hiking ni memang biasa, all the time hiking. Kalau macam Masturah tadi dia sukalah duk hiking all the time. Lepas tu toilet dengan prayer break. Kalau tak ada kenderaan dekat site memang payah. Kita ni nak pergi tandas, kereta orang lain pakai. So memang mencabar kat toilet ni, memang mencabar lah. First hand orang cakap experience pergi tandas. Lepas tu kita nak hydrate dekat kawasan panas, kenalah minum air banyak. Minum air banyak nak kencing pula. Kita orang perempuan, orang lelaki lain lah, atas tu pun jadi. Lepas tu untuk sembahyang memang yang ni pun proof sebagai challenge. Saya pun ada termiss sebabnya kita masih lagi dekat site. Waktu dah nak habis, tak done. Part sexual harassment ni saya tak hadapi secara orang cakap macam ex cakap tadi, secara fizikal. Tapi dengar memang kita biasa dengar. Saya biasa buat tak tahulah, buat macam tak faham apa. Sebab kita kerja dengan orang bawahan, orang asli pula kan. Orang lelaki pula. Memang mereka kalau macam banyak term-term dalam blasting ni pula memang boleh digunakan sebagai cakap-cakap kotor. So kita either buat tak dengar or you get out from there lah. Tak payah dengar lah. Lepas tu orang cakap what doesn't kill you make you stronger. Betul lah tu. Saya memang agree dengan benda ni. Sebab kita akan strong lah every time kita hadapi apa-apa cabaran. Kita akan jadi stronger. Depends macam mana kita see challenge ni. Okay, next. So, saya letak nombor telefon saya hari ni. Kenapa? Sebab saya memerlukan 2 orang intern untuk bekerja. Sebab saya punya quarry engineer sekarang dia nak berhenti dan saya punya bos dia cakap kat saya kita hire intern. Kalau ada orang ada masa untuk buat apa-apa projek, ada masa untuk jadi quarry engineer selama 2 bulan hingga bulan 12, bolehlah contact saya. Okay, saya ingat situ saja saya punya presentation sebab saya memang plan untuk habiskan awal. Terima kasih.
Okay. Seperti biasa, kita sudah sampai ke sesi Q&A untuk Puan Zulaika. Terdapat beberapa soalan daripada penonton kita hari ini, petang ini. Okey, yang pertamanya. Puan Zulaika, kerja-kerja blasting dekat sana pernah kena kacau dengan pencinta alam sekitar tak? Kalau pernah, macam mana nak handle mungkin NGO kot?
Saya sekarang ni tak pernah lah kena kacau. Tapi dulu zaman saya first jadi quarry engineer. Masa tu saya blasting pun kawasan yang critical area. Memang bawah tempat kita blasting tu rumah orang. Dia memang kalau nampak aja macam kita punya baju, saya pergi sembahyang dekat area dia punya perumahan. Saya punya kawan Farid selalu cakap, jangan keluar kat sini nanti depa bawa parang. So memang kalau kita punya worker lalu kat area tu memang agak berbahaya lah. Kalau kita tunggu waktu blasting untuk kita buat monitoring, biasa kita akan monitoring kawasan-kawasan terdekat. Monitoring untuk vibration dengan noise kan, air blast. So kita akan monitoring kat situ, dia pasal cakap tukar baju. Jangan pakai baju orang tahu hang kerja kat quarry. So pakai baju biasa-biasa je, nak pergi semayang tukar baju, kawan saya cakap. So macam itulah. Precaution. Tak pasal kena attack
Itulah. Bahaya. Okay. Untuk second soalan kita, untuk rekod video blasting, berapa meter dari tempat blast Puan Z?
Tengoklah kita punya saya pakai handphone sekarang. So agak jauh saya letak. 500. Saya dalam 500 meter daripada kawasan blasting. Tapi yang video yang dekat tu kita letak stand. Jangan risau. Tiada orang yang harm dalam this making of blasting of video. Tak stand. InsyaAllah tak kena.
InsyaAllah. Alright. Untuk soalan yang ketiga, ini daripada pengalaman kerja Puan Z. Pernah tak jadi accident fly rod?
Ni antara isu-isu yang shock viral, hati tu drop kalau dengar. Ada flare up lah. Aduh, macam tu. Alhamdulillah, saya memang banyak kerja kawasan kritikal kecuali masa saya duduk dekat Lafaz Rawang. Itu hang blast lah macam mana pun, P yang macam mana pun. Sebab kita blast dalam area kawasan, dalam kawasan Kuari juga. Tapi macam tempat yang saya buat sekarang memang agak sensitif. So Alhamdulillah, tak ada lagi fly rock yang apa tu orang cakap yang mencabar, yang pergi jauh, yang liar. Dia biasa kalau lepas blasting Haji Rizwan, saya punya klik seorang IR, dia cakap, oh jinak maksudnya blasting tu terkawal.
Oh.
Kalau dia cakap liar, oh kita kena check lah for apa tu, fly rock jauh-jauh sikit. Tapi Alhamdulillah tak ada lah.
Oh, selalunya faktor berlakunya fly rock ni mungkin disebabkan salah pengiraan ke macam mana?
Mostly benda yang kita tak jangka adalah weakness dekat dalam lubang tu sendiri. Dalam blasting kita tahu apa tu, macam mana boleh jadi fly rock? Overcharge. You either overcharge ataupun you punya burden tin. Macam mana you punya burden boleh jadi tin? Sebab apa tu, dalam drilling tu sendiri ada inclination. So kita tak ada invest for that profiling. Tapi kita boleh check dengan cara manual. Cara yang paling senang. Macam mana? Kita suluh lampu suluh. Kalau kita nampak sampai bawah, serik lah. Murah je, beli bateri. So kita suluh, kita pastikan lubang kita tak deviate, baru kita charging. Kalau macam benda yang kita tak boleh expect, satu adalah lubang tu bocor sebab kita dealing with batu kapur. Bila kita deal with batu kapur, weakness dia adalah paling besar cavity. Di mana ada lubang gua besar kat dalam lubang tu, dia ada pula exist satu lagi lubang besar. Bila kita tuang, dia memenuhi lubang yang besar tadi. So, bila apa tu nama dia, kita isi penuh-penuh, banyaklah overcharge lah. So, saya dah train budak-budak saya dan driller saya, bila kita terasa, driller dia boleh rasa. A good driller, dia akan tahu bila ada cavity. Dia akan lose some angin daripada drilling tu. So dia tahu, dia akan tulis kat dalam drill lock dia, tu pentingnya drill lock, dia akan tulis C. Daripada meter ke berapa, contoh meter kedua sampai meter ke-6. Oh, ada cavity. So kita akan guna PVC pipe lah untuk isi dalam lubang tu supaya info ni tidak berlari-lari keluar daripada lubang tu.
Okay, ini ada lagi soalan bersambungan daripada fly rock tu juga tadi. Jika berlaku aksiden ya akibat blasting macam fly rock dan sebagainya, adakah kuari akan ditutup dan disiasat oleh JMG dan polis? Mungkin benda ni membuatkan nyawa kalau sampai polis.
Betul. Itu yang shot fire ni dia takut. Dia takut sangat fly rock sebab tu kerja kita tak banyak sebenarnya, tapi kita kena be there all the time to monitor. Itu kerja kita. Kerja seorang shot firer, dia kena ada dekat tempat charging dan monitor. Bukan dia pergi letak lesen dekat banyak kuari, tapi dia tak pergi bila blasting. Tak pergi tengok pun orang charging. Datang hantar ubat je. Hantar ubat. Ubat ni eksplosif lah. Datang hantar eksplosif, balik. Senang kerja So kita kena monitor. Sebab melibatkan nyawa, harta benda, semua ni. Every time ada terjadinya fly rock ni, kita kena report. First kali kita akan report kat quarry manager. Quarry manager yang akan pergi report dekat pihak yang lebih ni lah, lebih atas, JMG lah. So tugasan shot firer report kepada ni lah, kepada quarry manager ni tadi.
Okay. Ada lagi soalan di dalam Facebook kita. Puan Z,
tak ada masalah.
Tak ada masalah, okay. Puan Z, pernah tak rasa nak give up jadi shot firer sepanjang kerjaya?
Hari-hari.
Tak timbulnya perasaan tu.
Okay, hari-hari. Sungguh-sungguh saya cakap, memang hari-hari saya rasa saya nak give up, saya tak nak kerja. Tapi dekat mana you recharge balik you punya energy lepas you tak nak buat kerja tu? Lepas you tengok you punya result blasting. Bila you tengok apa yang you dah buat pada hari tu, you akan rasa kat dalam diri you, Allah, aku nak buat macam ni lagi hari esok, aku nak dapat result yang bagus lagi hari esok. So kat situ you akan teruskan you punya kerja. Give up tu masa kita panas sangat. 2-3 petang lah kalau kat saya sebelum waktu hujan ni. pukul 1, 2, 3. Waktu macam tu saya memang rasa macam Allah panasnya. Dunia ni panas sangat. Okay.
Okay. Ada lagi soalan. Puan, boleh
Ya,
Puan minta share macam mana nak handle misfire tak?
boleh. Tak ada masalah.
Okay.
Dalam nota pun ada. Tapi ni saya cerita kalau dekat site lah. Okay, first kali apa yang you kena buat. Ni contoh pakai nonal ya, sebab saya tak pernah pakai elektrik ataupun apa tu nama dia, safety fuse. Saya memang pakai nonal. Daripada firing sampailah charging semua memang saya pakai nonal, non-elektrik. Di mana bahaya street current tu kurang, tak ada. Sebab tu kita pakai nonal untuk kurangkan danger tu. So kita boleh terus after kita blasting, immediately kita boleh pergi check. Once kita pergi check, kita jumpa undetonated punya detonator. Kalau dia undetonated. Okay, first kali kita kena buat, kita kena call quarry manager. Apa-apa benda jadi kat quarry, you kena call quarry manager. So quarry manager lama saya, Encik Fitrianto Aswar. Dia kalau saya call waktu blasting takut sangat. Saya nak tanya benda lain pun dia takut sangat kalau saya call waktu hari blasting. Kenapa Z? Dia selalu agaknya dia, sebab dia yang akan hadapi apa-apa yang terjadi. So saya nak call cakap benda lain je tapi dia takut juga. Dia paling takut kalau Zulaika call dia hari blasting. Okay. So lepas kita dah report pada quarry manager ni tadi, kita sendiri kena assess bahaya yang ada. Apa yang terjadi. Biasanya cut off ni daripada orang pijak lah. Daripada pijak, daripada diorang angkat barang, terkena barang yang diorang angkat. Diorang ni saya refer kepada blasting crew lah. So terkena besi, terkena apa, so dia akan cut off. Cut off ni selepas kita dah buat connection. Ataupun cut off semasa kita dah buat connection, cut off daripada mana-mana detonator yang lain yang liar dekat area tu. So bila kita tengok, kita kena tengok adakah sambungan ni kita boleh pasang balik. Kalau kita boleh pasang balik, kita besok akan settlekan dan reblast. Tapi kalau tak boleh settle, saya tak pernah ada pengalaman tapi saya pernah dengar cerita daripada quarry manager saya, pengalaman dia masa dia dekat dia punya quarry, pernah sekali misfire yang tak boleh settle. Seriously tak boleh settle. So mereka kena wait overnight, tunggu dan letak tempat tu ada guard berjaga. Esoknya panggil expert lah, sama ada daripada Orika. Siapa yang provide you explosive ni tadi? You akan panggil blasting expert ni tadi. Orika ataupun Austin, dulu ada Expo Blast, sekarang ni Orika dengan Austin saja. Kita akan panggil expert, dia orang yang akan settlekan. Saya pernah dengar cerita lagi satu, ada misfire, dia orang tak nak tinggal. Dia orang nak keluar ke juga. Dia orang tembak guna air compressor lubang tersebut. Saya dengar boleh of 17 yang saya dengar cerita, satu je lubang. Satu je lubang boleh buat keluar balik. Sebab kita kerja, kita dah mampat kuat-kuat bagi confine gas ni duduk kat dalam tu. So kita nak undo balik kita punya work ni payah lah kalau kita buat kerja elok-elok. Ya tak? Okay? Tu.
Okay. Sebelum kita soalan yang seterusnya, ada
banyak tu soalan.
Banyak.
Boleh.
Daripada Izzat Hafifi Abdullah.
Benda apa Zat?
Admin bagi tahu, Wan Z, we are proud with you. Lepas tu, pada Azri Ahmad, Wan Z bila nak datang Terengganu ya?
Nak buat apa datang Terengganu tu? Makan kopok lekor.
Okay, soalan daripada student kita. Wan Z, boleh share ke macam mana journey ambil lesen short fire?
Okay, boleh. Tak ada masalah. First saya ni memang orang cakap batch saya, masa tu saya belajar dengan Mustafa Lik. Saya tak tahu korang kenal ke tak, dia ex-JMG punya vice VP lah. Masa tu dekat KL. Dia yang ngajar kita orang subjek mineral resources, blasting dekat kita punya course dulu. So dia ni terus set up untuk budak-budak sumber mineral, saya punya batch masa tu, siapa yang nak ambil teori dengan JMG. Kiranya masa ni JMG sahaja. Belum liaise lagi dengan polis. So kita buat dengan JMG saja. Ada 7 orang ambil masa tu. One of it Kak Mary lah. So dalam 7 orang tu 2 orang je yang pergi jadi shock firer. Saya dengan yang Cik Farid ni tadi, kawan saya yang ngajak saya kerja ni. So 2 orang ni kita ambil teori. After kita dah dapat teori, kalau macam korang tak ada USM provide, benda ni dah tak ada dah sekarang kan? Ke ada lagi USM anjurkan teori punya exam? Tak ada dah.
Macam ada lagi. Tak sure lah.
Kalau ada,
tak
alhamdulillah boleh proceed. Buat je, bukan mahal sangat bayar. RM120. So RM120 ni tadi, gaji pertama korang bayarlah balik. Minta pinjam mak. Mak pinjam dah buat lesen. So apa tu, dah dapat teori. Kalau korang ada peluang untuk bekerja dengan kuari, lepas dah dapat lesen teori ni tadi, macam saya dapat peluang untuk kerja dengan kuari. So kuari ni sendiri, dia nak pakai shock firer, dia akan bagi kita peluang untuk buat lesen dan bekerja dengan dia lah. Saya, company yang saya buat lesen ni, saya kerja sampai sekarang. Sebab saya rasa, semangat saya, loyalty kat mereka. Menolong saya membuat lesen shock firer. Sampailah saya berkhidmat untuk Oriental ni.
Okay.
Itu
Ada
saja.
lagi soalannya? Mungkin second last.
Kejap. Praktikal ni tadi bayar 100 saja. Lesen RM20. So korang punya modal nak buat ni baru 240. Zaman tu zaman sekarang korang kena pergi satu kursus. Kursus teori pembedil 200 lebih dengan IQM, Institut Kuari. Institute for Quarry. Itu IQM.
Ini mungkin soalan yang sekelas lah, tak sure. Okay.
Tak apa, tak ada masalah. Sebabnya saya macam ngelak juga kan. Saya punya slide sekejap. Punya banyak pula soalan. Tak apa, tak ada masalah.
Okay. Soalannya berbunyi, untuk blast hole, ada berapa pattern ya Puan Z?
Pattern. Untuk kita mula kena tahu kita ni tembak apa benda. Kita ni blast apa. So sekarang saya buat dekat saya punya kuari, production blast, toe blast, pinnacle blast, wall blast. So saya ada 4 pattern yang saya pakai. Kalau kita keluar lagi daripada dunia kuari, diorang ada pre-split blast. Yang ni dulu saya buat dekat Rawang untuk control dia punya wall. Sebab dia punya plan untuk rehab tempat tu, plan yang besar masa tu. So dia buat pre-split. Pre-split ni mahal cost. So pre-split blast, tunneling, control blast. Ini yang saya tahu. Ada lagi, banyak lagi.
Ini pula soalan daripada senior saya. Okay, soalannya bunyi, Kak Z, you are so cool. I'm your junior. Very proud of you and dream to be like you one day. Okay, insyaAllah. Being a blaster is quite challenging for a woman.
Ya, betul,
Surround
penat.
with wind, dust and panas yang melampau terik semasa set up blasting. How you deal with dengan perkara-perkara ini and what motivates you to stay in this career? Lepas tu, second soalan dia, did you use any software for the interpretation of blasting or just design and proceed with the trial blasting?
Okay. Ni benda yang pasal, saya nak jawab yang trial blasting tadi dulu. Pasal software.
Okay.
Actually, Kuari dia agak backward. Dia punya blasting compare to mine, compare to tunneling, dia backward. Meaning kita tak ada pergi tanda lubang pakai GPS, kita tak ada pergi, buat spec, kita tak ada buat semua tu. Kita buat manual. Manual kalau zaman dulu, zaman dulu pakai buluh tau. Tape pun tak pakai. Buluh tu je diguna untuk beden dan untuk spacing. Okay, satu buluh untuk beden, satu buluh untuk spacing. Macam tu. Sekarang ni kita pakai tape. Saya pakai tape lah. Saya pakai tape untuk pattern. Kita akan derive kita punya pattern daripada yang kita belajar teori. Kita akan derive pattern daripada blast hole, daripada jenis hole, kekuatan hole, tu kita akan derive. So tempat-tempat yang saya pergi, saya dah tak memerlukan try blast. Sebab semuanya dah existing. Orang dah start mining. Tapi pernah sekali saya pernah kena pergi dekat satu site yang di mana saya kena buat access road. Situ saya perlukan trial blast. Sebab tempat tak pernah blast, kita perlu try dulu kecil-kecilan sama ada pattern tu sesuai ataupun tidak. Lepas kita tahu pattern tu sesuai, kita akan guna ataupun adjust jika kecil sangat fragmentation yang kita dapat, ataupun bila kita dapat fragmentation besar sangat ataupun tak keluar. Tak keluar pun pernah jadi ya. Try tak keluar. Sehai orang tak boleh nak excavate, nak drill memang costly. Sebab tu trial blast diperlukan dalam minimum punya scale. Okay. Satu lagi panas. Ya Allah, panas. Panas sangat sampai sunblock berapa kali apply. Tak pakai sunblock sekarang kena kanser kulit, ya tak? Okay, so panas. Hari-hari pun panas. Hari-hari, macam saya cakap tadi, hari-hari pun waktu pukul 1 sampai pukul 3 tu adalah waktu di mana saya akan rasa menyesalnya aku jadi shock firer. Kita ni manusia.
Penat dah.
Penat. Kita ni panas, penat. So sebab itulah, apa tu namanya, lepas kita blasting, saya memang mostly after saya blasting. Lepas saya tengok, oh aku tembak hari ni. Kita panggil tembak term dekat quarry, kita tak cerita blast, kita panggil tembak. Oh aku tembak hari ni. Alhamdulillah cantik. So esok nak buat better ataupun esok nak buat control sikit. Kita akan decide pada hari tersebut. Biasa kejadian hari ini akan mengingatkan kita kejadian hari esok. Macam tu. So kita hari-hari blasting, macam saya dekat sini 4 hari blasting. 4 hari, saya kerja 5 hari. 4 hari blasting kan. Biasa hari kelima ni paperwork. Oh, lega duduk buat paperwork kat office.
Okay.
Okay.
Ada lagi soalannya. Okay. Apa pandangan Puan Zack apabila orang adalah manusia-manusia yang berkata bahawa perempuan ni tak ada masa depan ni dalam mining engineer ni?
Aduh.
Macam mana kita nak counter orang-orang macam tu?
Truth betul. Saya shock firer kan. Saya bukan, kalau dekat site, saya ni bawah quarry engineer lah. Sebab quarry engineer akan cakap kita plan macam ni. Okay, kita akan cakap plan dengan quarry engineer ni tadi. Boleh ke dia nak blasting kat situ? Kita akan consult dia. Boleh tak dia blasting kat situ macam tu? Dia cakap je dia nak sini, dia nak berapa banyak, dia nak batu ni untuk apa. Dia beritahu kita macam tu, so kita kena produce blasting untuk dia. Saya prefer orang ni untuk menjadi lelaki. Kenapa? Kenapa saya prefer dia untuk jadi lelaki? Saya tak prefer quarry engineer perempuan. Sebab aku ni hari-hari nak berhenti. Aku ni perempuan. So dengan mengharapkan dia tak nak berhenti, tapi dia berhenti awal daripada saya. Berapa quarry engineer come and go, I am still there. Quarry engineer semua lelaki. So kalau ada perempuan-perempuan yang berminat macam saya cakap tadi untuk intern, saya tahu dah habis dah korang punya intern, tapi mana tahu ada yang berminat juga sambil-sambil dia study buat FYP, dia boleh nak jadi quarry engineer sekejap, intern untuk quarry engineer. Contact saya, perempuan or lelaki, come. Mari. Mari kita belajar blasting.
Sama-sama.
Alhamdulillah, boleh, kita boleh buat, apa tu nama dia? Boleh belajar banyak kalau kita datang kat site. Nak cerita kat video mana boleh cerita.
Nampaknya betul lah perempuan ni memang terkenal dengan sikap tabah.
Yang masuk quarry memang tabah. Siapa-siapa kerja sebulan pun tabah. Sebulan tu dia dah bertabah.
Tiap-tiap hari. Okay, saya tak tahulah. Saya sebagai intern, saya tak tahulah perasaan berada di site sebenarnya macam mana keadaan dia. Mungkin nanti kalau ada rezeki insyaAllah kita boleh pergilah.
Betul.
Okay.
Apa tu lagi satu, tadi saya ingat Kak X ada cerita dia cakap leverage. Dia cakap something about you are woman, you can never be a man, yes. And you have to use your leverage. Meaning, you tak payahlah angkat berat semua tu, tak payah. You tak larat, you minta orang hantar. You tak tahan panas, you bawa payung. Kita ada all these tools yang boleh help kita. Macam akak bawa payung. Orang nak judge aku judge. Siapa yang hit stroke, aku ke kau. Macam tu. Nak kerja, kita tinggallah payung. Tapi waktu monitoring orang, kita tak payah buat, kita monitor orang. So, kita boleh pegang payung. So, orang yang buat ni tadi, kita kena tengok. Tu je yang penting. Kita tengok apa yang orang buat supaya orang nak cakap hang salah, tak boleh. Aku tengok. Betul aku tengok. Dia apa buat betul. Macam tu.
Okay.
Hmm.
Alright. Ada lagi soalannya? Sebentar ya.
Boleh.
Boleh. Sekejap.
Orang lelaki pun boleh pegang payung. Saya tak judge. Pandai nak buat macam mana ya tak?
Betul. Kena carilah cara kita nak
Hmm.
kurangkan benda tu tiap hari kita nak mengadap kan.
Betul. Kita boleh minimize kita punya exposure to sun. So kita boleh minimize, kita minimize. Sebab tu kita kena betul-betul tak boleh pegang payung. Orang cakap janganlah pegang payung. Takkan nak buat kerja satu tangan ya tak? Macam buat connection tadi memang memerlukan dua-dua belah tangan. So waktu connection ni kita betul-betul kena check. Masa tu kita tak boleh pegang payung. Kerja lah elok-elok.
Okay. Ni sudah ni rasanya memang ada minat betul ni dengan blast. Dia tanya lagi ya. Jika kita blast, kita kena buat monitoring dulu kan Puan Z. Adakah monitoring tu memerlukan alat khas atau sekadar manual inspection?
Sekarang ni monitoring untuk blast result ke, fragmentation ke, monitoring untuk noise dengan apa tu nama dia, vibration ke. Kalau noise dengan vibration, ya ada alat. Kita biasa panggil consultant tapi company saya ada alat sendiri. Kita monitor untuk query yang kita jaga. Kita buat sekali lah. Consultant pun ada, kita pun ada. Alat ni nak beli 25,000 sahaja.
So soalan last.
Okay.
Okay, berapa banyak pihak dan agensi yang terlibat dalam aktiviti blaster ni perlu dapat kelulusan dari jabatan atau pihak syarikat sendiri? Ada hal untuk buat blaster pada bila-bila masa?
Okay, first kali kalau macam kita query, jabatan yang paling penting Jabatan Mineral dan Geoscience lah. Jabatan Mineral dan Geoscience ni dia akan keluarkan satu surat kelulusan di mana kat situ kita akan follow apa syarat-syarat yang dikeluarkan untuk buat blasting dekat kuari tu. Dia benarkan berapa banyak lubang. Dia tak cakap berapa lubang. Dia bagi detonator. Meaning berapa banyak detonator yang boleh pakai. So kalau dia bagi 50 detonator, takkanlah kita nak taruh 70 lubang kan. Tak cukup detonator, ya tak? So dekat situ syarat-syarat ni akan keluar. Satu, JMG. Second, polis. Permit membeli dan mentransport, membawa eksplosif datang daripada polis. So polis akan dapatkan surat kelulusan yang JMG ni keluarkan. JMG dan juga pejabat tanah. Dua. JMG dengan pejabat tanah. Dua-dua ni kena keluarkan kelulusan kepada kita akan bawa pergi polis untuk apply permit untuk membeli. So lepas kita dah dapat permit untuk membeli, kita bolehlah beli hari-hari. Hari-hari blasting sahaja. Tak ada blasting beli buat apa.
Alright. Okay, ini memang last lah. Betul-betul last dan penutupnya soalan. Okay, Puan Z dah train. Berapa orang shock fighter sebelum Puan Z jadi shock fighter? Gitu.
Yang pernah bekerja dengan saya, seorang quarry engineer, Syahidan. Saya train dia daripada dia supervisor saja. Mula-mula kerja dia masuk supervisor. Lepas tu daripada supervisor ni tadi dia naik quarry engineer. Daripada quarry engineer ni dapatlah jadi shock fighter alhamdulillah sekarang seorang. Yang saya betul-betul dengan dia waktu bekerja.
Alright. Train dari supervisor?
Dia daripada supervisor yang jaga, yang hantar orang pergi drilling, yang hantar barang. Dia willing. Kita kena start daripada bawah. Dia engineer mineral resources, dia willing jadi supervisor. Not even quarry engineer, supervisor yang yang SPM je. Okeynya maksudnya jangan takut untuk dapat untuk start
lain
daripada
orang
bawah.
lain menuntut ilmu lah, lain orang lain cara lah. Gitu.
Betul. Gitu.
Okey. Terima kasih Puan Zulaika di atas penerangan tadi. Bertubi-tubi ya Puan Zulaika, kita mendapat soalan tengah jam juga ya. Okey, sebelum kita nak akhiri sesi petang ini, okey, kita nak meminta sedikitlah one shot last advice daripada ketiga-tiga speaker kita ya. Benda ni kalau boleh ditujukan kepada student-student, mungkin student-student STPM yang mana niat je ada hati yang tertarik untuk mengambil kita punya jurusan. Atau kata semangat pun boleh jugalah kepada junior-junior kita, especially yang mana tak dapat intern, mungkin ada kata-kata semangat ke apa ke. Mungkin Puan Zulaika boleh mulakan dahulu, lepas tu diikuti dengan Puan Mariam dan juga Puan Masturah.
Okay. Apa yang saya nak cakap? Seriously, kita punya course memang course yang paling orang cakap cool lah saya pernah jumpa. Saya jumpa banyak engineering khusus yang lain. Mereka banyak yang depressed. Betul, kita boleh pergi banyak tempat. Kita boleh pergi mining, quarrying, construction even. So, untuk orang yang korang sekarang ni job sangat terhad kan? Bukan setakat korang, akak pun still cari job in case of kontrak habis. So job sangat terhad. Kita kerja je dulu yang orang cakap mana yang ada dulu. Tu je yang kita boleh buat sekarang untuk masa sekarang. Alhamdulillah kita punya industri ni industri yang masih diperlukan, masih essential. So kita still boleh jalan even pandemic. So ambil je, grab je apa-apa opportunity yang ada. Terima kasih.
Okay. Seterusnya Puan Masturah, ada apa-apa ke? Kata-kata yang terakhir lah advice untuk kita punya student-student.
Nak jadi luar biasa, kena buat perkara yang luar biasa. So kalau you nak jadi orang yang orang respect, nak jadi orang yang orang boleh kagum dengan you kena jadi orang yang luar biasa, you kena jadi seseorang yang bekerja keras, seseorang yang sanggup buat perkara yang luar biasa. Okay, itu je.
Okay. Terusnya akhir sekali daripada Puan Mariam kita. Ada apa-apa kata tak? Mungkin tips ke apa-apa saja untuk tips survival pun boleh juga untuk itu punya student-student nanti.
Okay, for me is untuk yang sedang mencari course. So macam slide tadi cakap, the only university that offers mining engineering course is USM and Mineral Resources. So macam sekarang saya masuk kat ACB, saya punya department semua is our senior, our junior. So you will see us, we will help you. So jangan takut untuk join this course. Mungkin it's not common, but your job is wide. So we are part of the essential service. Macam kita orang dekat sini, masa time MCO, orang lain semua tak boleh keluar, kita orang terpaksa keluar. We still have the job. So in term of the longevity, we are here. And then untuk kepada our seniors, USM punya 4th years, 3rd years, don't worry, the job is out there. If let's say for example you join this course sebab your parents want you to be an engineer, just go for it first. Macam saya, I started off an engineer and now I'm a project management executive. And then I have so many friends who are now in health and safety, environment and doing other things. So do not worry. Our course is so versatile and macam tadi yang cakap, because of this, shortage of opportunities, whatever come to your way, grab it first. Boleh lompat nanti. And we as your seniors are here for you. Nanti kalau nak check contact number, boleh, tak ada masalah. I'm pretty sure most of the lecturers have my contact number and we are here for you. That's all I can say.
Alhamdulillah. Sekian daripada dengan berakhirnya nasihat daripada tiga speaker kita tadi. Maka selesai sudah kita punya event pada hari ini. Saya bagi pihak penganjur ingin mengucapkan terima kasih ke atas kehadiran semua yang datang pada event hari ini. Jutaan terima kasih juga kami ucapkan kepada Puan Mariam, Cik Masturah dan Puan Zulaika di atas perkongsian ilmu dan pengalaman di mana kita boleh rasa secara visual okey. Dan terima kasih juga kepada semua yang sudi meluangkan masa yang bersama-sama kita hari ini. Diharapkan perkongsian sebentar tadi dapat membuka banyak mata pihak tentang kepentingan program ini kepada negara kita, masyarakat dan seumpamanya. Okey. Saya juga berharap Puan Mariam, Cik Masturah dan Puan Zulaika sudi lagi untuk berkolaborasi dalam program-program macam ni untuk masa yang akan datang. Okey. Saya selaku wakil pada pihak penganjur ingin memohon maaf jika terdapat sebarang kekurangan sepanjang event ni, kesilapan teknikal dan sebagainya. Sesungguhnya yang baik itu daripada Tuhan, yang sebaliknya itu datang daripada kelemahan pihak kami sendiri. Okey, Assalamualaikum. Sekian. Terima kasih. Jumpa lagi jika ada rezeki. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih. Dah boleh leave ke?
Tak tahu, dah boleh leave ke?
Tak boleh leave.
Oh, ada ending.
Ada lagi ke Kak Z? Kak Mary?
Tak tahu boleh leave ke tidak. Akak ni
Boleh
kena
leave
mengikut
ke?
cakap.
Itulah pandai.
Kan Mary kan?
Itulah
Dah
sebab
start
kita
live
macam Oh ya
Okay.
ke?
Terima kasih
Okay lah.
Bye guys.
Thank you semua.
Mary.
Thank you Kak Mary.
Siap Mary masak.
Okay, sekejap I baca je. Bagi I driving dulu. Okay. Bye semua. Take care.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mana nak leave korang? Oh, tekan pangkah. Okay, bye.
Pangkah.
Okay, thank you.